super soft all over me. I want it holding me down into the asphalt with your rotary. We want it all. Burn my heart away. Take the wheel and take control and take my body and my soul. Take me home. Take me home. Neon lights and lipstick marks upon my neck. Take me home. Just like fingers through your hair. I want it, oh, contraire. 87 just won't do, I need your premium made. I want it all. Red light till the engine screaming, till our hearts both stop. Push past till the morning rises. I want it. Take control, take my body and my soul. Take me home. Neon lights and lipstick marks upon my neck. Take me home. Just enjoy the show. Godless, heathen, fatherless and seething. Take me to your power cut and watch me glow. Susan's on the frenzy and Jeff is on the coke. I am inside of your walls right now, you can't escape me. Take your pills and keep on breathing, this is not a joke. Parasocial paranoia, I just wanna chill out. Put your tinfoil hat on, I am just a stupid bunny rabbit.
Oh, sorry about that. I'm all a mess. It has been a while. Hello, chat. Hello, everyone. Hi, how is everyone doing? I'm sorry I'm I'm not late, but I'm a little late comparatively to when I wanted to start. And that's because I've been trying to, get everything together. Oh, hi! Balls? We got balls? Of course we got some balls. We are men. We're men up in here. Can't you see I'm wearing the classic male attire bunny suit? I have to change my my PMG, my little tuber here, and honestly, I dig the outfit. I adore this outfit. I adore the look, and I adore the art style. I have such high respect, and I love the artwork by my friend Hyro, who did the artwork. I love it. I'm glad it can make you laugh. So, also, if the chat like goes up on screen, it's because I fucked up and I couldn't fix the problem. I'm still trying to find a good chat box for the stream, but yeah, that comes later. I'm still learning as I go. As you all know, I'm what you call the slow. I am the slow mo, the slow poke. Bro's the Playboy bunny. Damn straight, Hugh Hefner's gotta pay me money to come dance for him. Is Hugh Hefner dead? Okay, wait. Actually, I think he is, because I think he was like in his 80s when I was like in middle school. 1 second. Hugh Hefner. Yeah, died in 2017. Wow. And his son like took over the Playboy Mansion, right? Like his son, he's the one that was. Is Playboy still a thing? Oh God, I'm trying to learn. Hold up. Is Playboy still active? Is Playboy still a business? Get facts. Yes, show me the Carfax. Oh, you're so screen sharing. Don't pull that letter P in. No, the whole point is that I'm gonna be like reacting to stuff, so I need to be kind of in a short screen share. That's why I'm like using Google. I don't use Chrome. I don't like Chrome. I think Google as a company is a huge piece of shit, and I think Google Chrome, while is a decent browser and good UI, I desperately don't like Google. Yes, it is, but it's more ads than it is. It is. Is Playboy still busy? Get the facts. Playboy has been one of the most recognizable brands in pop culture for decades, known for its boat. Okay, but just tell me, is it still in business? The short answer is yes. Playboy is still in business. However, the way it operates today is very different than the early days. Playboy ended up regularly monthly printed magazine in 2020, but received a 2025 special annual edition. The company is now officially named Playboy Inc., focused on digital content, licensing, fashion, and lifestyle experiences. Oh, wow. So they like super devolved away from what it was. I wonder if Hugh would be okay with that. I don't know. I mean, I had a feeling like in this day and age, with how the internet has made so much degeneracy open and available to everyone. You know, we have so many different messages groups, so many chat groups. Discord in itself has like a huge swath of groups made specifically for like people who are kinky and who want to get together and roleplay and shit. Like buying a magazine with a few naughty pictures of girls and like, oh look, she's pulling on her shorts in this image, oh look, she's in her thong in this image. Meanwhile, I can just type in big boobs on the internet and boom, I get like 1,000 images. Or I just look up videos. Hell, with AI right now, you can. I literally get AI advertisements all the time now saying like, "Hey, sweetie, do you want to fuck me, my AI self? Come join this site." I'm like, no, thank you. It's everywhere. I hate it so much. All the commercials I get now are for AI stuff. But anyways, going back to what I was talking about today. So today, we are going to be reacting to the Game Awards. I'm going to be basically playing the video, and of course stopping periodically, because I want to talk about what's being showcased. I don't know all the games that are on here. I have seen people speculate, and I've tried to stay away from any mention of the nominations outside of one, because people were spamming it all over X. You know, that's just how people is. X is a place to kind of go and talk about this stuff. But yeah, so that's kind of like what we're going to be doing. I'm debating if I want to, because like my plan is to react to this, and I wanted to look over at the Xbox partner, the partner like stream that they did, basically showcasing a bunch of games. But that video is like 22 minutes long, and I don't know how long it's within itself is going to take to me talk about. So instead, I took that kind of off the docket and I moved up the Valve topic. I was going to make a video on Valve anyways, but this seemed like a very good thing to kind of come back to and talk about, because I'm actually interested in the Steam Cube I think it's just gonna be. I think currently the name is just called the Steam Deck. I know people have kind of been making names for it, like the Gabe Cule, or like because you know GameCube and Gabe Newell, the owner of Valve. So that's kind of like what I've been thinking about. But anyways, so before we get into it, I want to also thank everyone for basically being patient with me. I went through a small period where I just did not feel like anything. The fact that like I had to go through, it was stressful. I didn't really like want to deal with any. I didn't want to look at anything online. I didn't even want to play video games. I was in such a depressive state because of the loss of my dog that I absolutely just hated the idea of even attempting stream. I tried psyching my up last week to stream on Monday to get ready to play some games with you guys, but I was like, I just can't. I can't get myself in the mood, and it hurt because all I could think about was my dog. And I'm not trying to like dour the mood right now because I am in a good mood. The stash isn't just from the two; it's like generations of. Girl, being around you is enough for me. Oh, thank you so much, sweetie. But yeah, so I'm feeling so much better now, and I think what really helped me finally get better and over like the grieving process and stop being depressed is the fact that I always have all my animals cremated. I don't like putting them into the ground. I like knowing the fact that they're close by. So we had her cremated, and just bringing her with me back home in the car ride. It was this sense of like melancholy at first, and then slowly the idea of the fact that I got to bring her home after her being in a week in the hospital. I don't know, it washed over me this feeling of like sadness, but then almost relief, because the entire time all I could think about was bringing her home. And now she was home. So I think that's what really helped me start picking myself back up. I was happy. Sorry. Need a little water. Anyways, like I said, she's home. I got my other dog right behind me. She's taking a nap. She's been very great. She knows something was up, and she's been very comforting, and I adore my dogs. But anyways, back to this. That's what's been going on. I've been focusing on just basically motivating myself to continue drawing, streaming, and working on videos. And I'm back to working on the script for all my other stuff. For right now, Game Awards time. I've only seen the very beginning of this. I was like, oh, no, you know what? This would be great for stream. So that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to full screen it too. So keep her in the necklace with you so you take her everywhere. Yeah, that'd be nice. I want to see if I can do something like that. That'd be really good. Anyways, so chat's going to be kind of on the screen because I couldn't fix that. I had to figure out how to fix that again later. But for now, let's do this. Is that too loud? Okay, it's not peaking, so I don't think so.
Hello, everybody. It's Jeff Keighley. And
It's
the Game
Jeff
Awards
Keighley!
season is officially here. Leading up to our live show, streaming everywhere on...
Okay, I'm not trying to be a dick already, but Jeff Keighley, he announces it. Like, when he talks, it feels like he is someone who's playing it up for the cameras, like as though he doesn't actually want to be here. But no, this guy generally does like... This guy generally does like what he does. He loves gaming, and when you hear him in interviews, when you hear him talk, like outside of the Game Awards, he generally does feel like he adores it. Like, this guy loves Hideo Kojima. He loves so many different directors of developers of games. But every time he talks, it's the most, I don't want to say corporate speak, but just basically like saying like as though he's playing it up for the game. Like, just hear him.
Thursday, December 11th. Welcome to our 2025 Global Nomination Announcement Special.
It's the way he speaks. It's the tone. It's the mannerisms. Like, welcome everybody to this year's 2025 Game Award nominations. I'm Jeff Keighley. It's that voice, you know. I guess I'm just so like used to like hearing it from like, you know, like newscasters and everything. But it's just I wish it didn't feel so phoned in and it just felt a bit more genuine. But I know he's genuine. I'm just saying it's the tone to me.
Every year, we come together as a community to celebrate and, of course, debate the absolute best in video games. And, of course, also get a look at what's next from our industry's most talented creators.
I will say,
this year there have been so many incredible games created and updated, but
I will say there have been a few good games, more so than the previous year, that have come out recently that have dominated the ecosystem. Yes, I will say there were a couple of good surprises this year that I think truly I did not expect to happen. Like, one of the greatest examples, I did not expect Oblivion remaster to come out and to be as good as it was. I never actually watched one of these. Low, he does kind of sound like he's that's what I'm saying. But no, he's genuine though. He really does he loves doing this award show. He loves like doing this for people. It's just that he has to go through the process of the corporate, basically like the amount of commercial breaks, the getting the celebrities here on, because he's a big guy who loves all I can say is if I have DOC like last year, all I can say if it's a DOC like last, oh no, I don't think any game that was nominated has been DOC for like game of the year. I love Elden Ring. I have my problems with Elden Ring, and by no means do I think it's on the same level as Dark Souls 1, Bloodborne, Sekiro, or even Dark Souls 3. I think Elden Ring has problems that they probably could have avoided if they wouldn't have made it be as open world as they wanted. The open world actually, I feel like, hurts a Souls-like game for that specific genre, because it does like separate you from the actual. What I really want them, and I don't think you're ever do again. I don't think we're ever gonna get another map that was like Dark Souls 1. The interconnection between the actual world you go through is so brilliantly designed. If you've actually ever taken the time to look at the actual 3D modeling, like someone actually made a mapped graph showcasing the actual different model of the connection of like tunnels and ladders and like entrances and exitways of everything of Anorlando. There's only actually like 2 separations of that map. And that is when you go to Anorlando and Sense Fortress. When you have to have that kind of like separation and gap, like there's this like period where that's not connected. That's a straight shot. But after that, everything else is like intertwined, because then you find like exits to the Grand Archives towards the Darkroot Forest, and then you find the Darkroot Forest connected to the Undead Burg and stuff like that. It's really amazing. But I don't think we're ever gonna get another map like that. That was like a once in a lifetime type of thing. And Elden Ring definitely was not that. Everything about Elden Ring was I think a comment that was made by a recent co-producer at Bethesda kind of shined it really well, is the fact that so many games are trying to be trying to be incorporation of everything. Like, we need to have the battle pass, we need to have the battle royale mode, we need to have the zombie mode, we need to have like the open world aspect, we need to have some sort of RPG elements. Like, every game is trying to like be a kind of like one size fits all game, so this we can bring it's trying to be like GTA. Because GTA basically has that same concept where, like, we have the driving, we have the shooting, we have the missions, we have the heist, we have the indoor activities with golf, with tennis. We have, like, like you can, and this is what the community did, not what GTA actually did, the role-playing aspect. Like, it really is, like, one size fits all, but that's only unique to GTA because of the premise itself. You're in a large-scale city to which you can literally almost do anything. Like, almost every vehicle is available to use. Almost every building is available for you to actually either enter or at least be on top of. So with a game like that, yeah, that's available, a one-size-fits-all shoe. A game like basically COD, I shouldn't be expected to do half the things they like people want to do. A game like what's it good? My brain's blanking right now. A game like Silk Song, I should not expect to do half the things that like people would want to do in a one size fits all. Like, I shouldn't see a battle pass in that, right? And if there are customization options like, cosmetics, I should see that pre-built into the game as like, you defeated this boss, congratulations, you just got the blue cloak or something like that. I love your passion for the game. Like me, it's Titanfall Apex franchise. It's also pretty and lore so intense. I would animate time. Oh, 100%, sweetie. I fucking love Titanfall. I can't believe and this is one of the things I do like. I'm upset about the fact that I'm not a PC gamer as much as like other people are. The Titanfall 2 like game was fucked because for some reason EA decided to publish the game and release it in between COD and Battlefield. So Titanfall 2 never stood a chance competing against two of the largest shooters at the time. I mean, I'm not I say at the time, but still they're pretty sharp. But you know, their popularity has waned over the time, except for Battlefield 6 just basically picked back up. But anyways, so Titanfall 2 never really stood a chance, but it still had a community of people who loved it because arguably, and this is what I always say, is out of all the shooters that have come out since then, Halo, COD, Battlefield, Homefront, all these games, Titanfall has probably some of the best mechanics and gunplay I've ever felt in any shooter. Titanfall as an actual game, hands down, one of the best games I've ever played for a shooter. Amazing. I love it. It does such a great job of like the actual like wall running to wall bouncing. It never felt more fluid and seamless than it was in that game. Like you got a couple of games that tried mimicking, like COD with Advanced Warfare. I believe, what was the other game that came out a while back that tried doing something similar to that? I know COD has mostly tried to mimic it, but they kind of failed. I think one other game tried mimicking it and they really failed. But yeah, they're never going to find anything like that. Hell, even in Apex right now, in the wildcard mode, they just added the ability to wall run as like an actual ability or perk you can have. I think they should have just added that from the get-go to characters. I think they should just add that as a thing completely. The second Titanfall 2 is the best campaign ever. Oh, no, it is the best campaign any shooter has ever had outside of Halo. And the only reason I say that is because Halo was story first, and it just so happened to have a good matchmaking. I will forever say that Halo was a great shooter with a great narrative, but just because the actual gunplay was always so focused on it wasn't like COD, where like COD you have all the attachments and you attach them to. Same with Battlefield, and there's a heavy focus on leveling up this gun to max level. No. Halo had straight flat. Boom, assault rifle, nothing else. Battle rifle, it's a 3-round burst, good for precision fire. Boom, DMR, great for precision fire. Jack Cooper should have been added the reasons because he got the Apex card. Oh, are you talking about I'm not actually sure who Jack Cooper is. Oh, were you talking about the one guy, the wrestler guy who died in when they were introducing Revenant? Jack Cooper. Not sure who Jack Cooper is, but yeah. So I'm getting off topic. We're already see, this is what I mean. I'm only 37 seconds in. I haven't even actually gone to the nominations yet. I'm telling you, I'm going to have a lot to say. This is why I said I probably shouldn't be looking at the Xbox stuff too today.
Only a handful have the honor of being selected as nominees for the Game Awards by our global voting jury. Who's in the running?
And that's kind of my problem already with how the Game Awards works. The main character. Oh, right. I forgot his name. I haven't played the Titanfall 2 campaign since it's released. But I still have such a strong memory of God, what an amazing game. I need to actually replay the Titanfall 2 campaign. I think, you know what? I think I'm going to make some time this week because I have off Thanksgiving. I'm going to make some time and play the Titanfall 2 campaign. Fuck this shit. I'm playing that shit. I fucking love that game. But yeah, no, and people always argue about this when it comes to the Game Awards. The fact that literally the actual people voting, us voting, the consumers, the actual people purchasing the game, we only have relatively about 10% of the voting power. Everything else goes to the people who are in the industry to cast the vote. And people always argue about that. And I think there are some pros and cons to it. And I think what they should do is kind of level it out a little bit more. Maybe instead of 10%, our actual voting power should be a little bit higher to maybe at least a quarter of it. And the reason why I say that is why there's a pro to converse it, because in the pro side of things, the industry people are going to have a incentive to prop up some games that they feel are more deserving in a sense of basically, oh, this guy gave me a pro bono, the Steam key early or whatever to do this and this. And people say, well, that's unethical. I'm like, most award shows are a little unethical. If you've ever heard me talk about the actual Academy Awards, like Oscars and the Globe Awards, that within itself is some of the most unethical people voting ever. Like, literally, these people snub anything that's animation, anything that's considered animation, they snub off the back. No matter how good the quality of the story is, no matter how good the actual, like, premise or theme is, fuck it. It'd be damned. That's why they created the animation category. Because outside of, I think, one time in history, did any animation ever actually get past, like, best narrative or whatever. Like, I think that, yeah, I'm trying to remember what the actual movie was, but it's like, I always go back to the Frozen argument, because during the time Frozen came out, several movies that I think were really good that actually shined over Frozen were nominated. It was Frozen, Celestine, Ernest and Celestine, a French movie, The Croods, Hayao Miyazaki's last film, Where the Wind Goes, or where the Wind Goes, or something like, I'm forgetting the name of it, and I forget what the fifth movie was. But 5 movies are nominated, and then literally, Frozen won outright. But it didn't. See, here's the thing: Frozen won outright, but it won with almost less of the votes that people thought it was going to be. Because it was like, let's say, basically, for instance, 10 votes. There are 10 people who can vote in the actual audition. Only 5 of them voted. And Frozen won by default. Why? Because the other 5 mentioned, oh, I didn't see anything else but Frozen, so I didn't feel right to vote. Oh, I didn't really care for the animation side. Oh, I couldn't be bothered because there were so many other films to watch beforehand. You had these people basically admitting in interviews and on the red carpet that they didn't see any other film but Frozen because it's Disney, because their kid wanted to go see it. Blah, 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 blah. And it's like, so you're basically telling me that at this point I shouldn't take your perspective or opinion or even judgment to anything. I should just consider it worthless. Because you're not really judging it on the same scale. You're just saying, this wasn't worth my time, so it shouldn't even be deserving of me looking into it. It's your job, man. Fuck you. Do you know how many people would love to have your position? I'm sorry. Again, this is why I told you. I think people who actually purchase it should have way more influence. But that's the con. See, that's the con. Because look at it like this. People are going to have recency biased no matter what. And also that not every gamer is going to purchase or play every game. Like, think about how often the times you've come across someone who's like, hey, what game are you into? Oh, I'm really into so-and-so. It's this nice little indie game I played on Steam. It cost me about $10. It's got a really cute narrative, a really good 16-bit style, and I think it's actually got like one of the best like mechanics built in. Oh, what are you into? Oh, I fucking play COD, man, every single day. I think COD should win Game of the Year. And I'm not saying those people are like everywhere, but I am saying like there is a recency bias and an actual favoritism as well in the consumer side of things. And for instance, again, like a great example. So I recently played on stream Silent Hill F, right? So out of all the games that have come out this year that are probably going to be talked about on this nomination, I played Silent Hill F. How many times is Silent Hill going to be nominated in whatever category here? Don't know, right? But I know it's going to be nominated because it's the game of this year and because it did have a positive discussion talked about it, and people really did like it, but also had mixed feelings on it. But out of that, I chose to play Silent Hill F, not just because I'm a big Silent Hill fan, not just because I wanted to see how it was, but also because I wanted to play for Steam. Outside of that, that means I chose not to play other games that have released this year that I could have and most likely will end up on this list too. Like, I gave more time to Silent Hill F than I did to Expedition 33. I think Expedition 33 is a great game, but I haven't finished it. Why? Because I started focusing more on playing Silent Hill F. To anyone else, when they start thinking about, oh, what should a game be nominated, your brain is immediately going to go to the closest game you've either A, just recently picked up, or B, the game you have the most familiarity with it. Even unless like a game has such an impact for you culturally or like subsequently to yourself. I saw some nominees. I think Silent Hill F isn't on here. Could be wrong. Oh shit, really? That's gonna be surprising because I know a couple of critics like sucked the dick of that game.
Well, you're about to find out as we reveal this year's nominees across all the categories, and you can help select the winners by voting at thegameawards.com.
I wasn't really too thrilled with last
should we do
year's nominations,
Here's
honestly.
the first category.
Okay.
For Best Performance, the nominees are Ben Starr for Claire Obscure Expedition 33.
Okay.
Charlie Cox for Claire Obscure Expedition 33.
Okay, already started strong.
Erika Ishii for Ghost of Yote.
Again, here's where it comes the recency bias for like consumers. I didn't play Ghost of Yote. Not because of anything like involving like Ghost of Yote. I'm actually gonna move this, the chat box, thinking about it now, because I don't know if you guys see it along there, so I'm gonna move it like right there. There you go. Okay, so I didn't play Ghost of Yote, not because of like any of the controversy surrounding or whatever, because I don't own a PlayStation. So I can't make a judge passment on her voice work at all in this category. I can still say what I think of everyone else. Also, I hate that haircut on people sometimes. Some people just cannot rock that haircut. And oh my god, she's one of those people. She's got that type of mug that I would expect from like someone living in cyberpunk. No, please. I hate that haircut for some people. Only a few like women I've ever seen rock that haircut looks so good. I don't think I've ever seen a guy rock a haircut like that that looks really good. Well, a real guy. Some guys in like, games, again, like Cyberpunk look really good with it. But yeah, like I can't give a judgment on this.
Jennifer English for Claire Obscure Expedition 33.
Holy fuck, 3 characters from Expedition already.
Konatsu Kato for Silent Hill F.
Is she, oh, okay, so we have our first Silent Hill there. Is she the main voice for Hinako? Silent Hill F. Hinako voice actor. No. Oh wait, that's the English. Okay, yes. Okay, so Katsuke Kato is the voice for Hinako from Silent Hill F, and I thought she was fine. I feel like it's more of a problem in direction than in voice work in her case, because there was a lot of moments I really, really wanted her to emote so much more. I wanted her to give so much more passion in what she was doing in her delivery. But I feel like they probably told her to pull back in some scenarios because I can't. I think they wanted to go for something a bit more, I guess, quieter in the moment, but like there's just so many moments where I think she could have delivered such a beautiful performance, because they're all really good moments. I think the 3 scenes that stick out to me with her voice work is, and if you get, I'm only going to be mentioning ones from my stream, because there are other voice works or voice lines that she says for the different endings and different scenarios as you play New Game Plus. But the one I really liked is right after your friend dies, her like basically yelling at them is like the shop is closed for the day, you are not permitted to hear, and she starts basically screaming, like getting really upset with them. I thought that was a great delivery. I thought the delivery she had when she was like talking to herself because she was going crazy to her other self in her room, I thought that was great voice work for both of them. Like she was playing 2 different people basically. She was playing the same character but as 2 different personalities. I think that was great. And I think the last line when she actually is breaking down because of the drug, I think she did that great. Your Discord going off, by the way. Yeah, I know. Gonna mute that. But yeah, I think she did great. I didn't play Expedition 33 enough to say whether or not I think those other characters are good. I know for a fact people really like Charlie. Like people think Charlie did great because I heard a lot of people mention him. So honestly,
Erika Ishii for Ghost of Yote. Jennifer English for Claire Obscure Expedition.
It's going to be someone with Claire Obscure. It's going to be someone with
Konatsu Kato
Expedition. There's no way in hell anyone else is not going to get that. It just depends
Troy
on which.
Baker for Indiana Jones.
There was another person. I don't hate Troy Baker. I like Troy Baker. I do. I think he does. I actually did play Indiana Jones. But man, did I get bored right away. I think the game suffers because they tried implementing. It's hard to describe it. I didn't play it enough. I did give it a go. I was debating if I wanted to play for stream. My biggest problem with the game is that it felt like they were trying to really produce a movie with a game. I don't know. I can't really describe it well. I played when it first came out. I didn't finish it. I thought he did a fine job Troy Baker. Troy Baker's a great voice actor. I think he did a fine job. I don't think he deserves to win Best Performance.
Great circle.
For views
Fuck
like this,
you!
You gotta get out there.
Fuck you, Bronco! I forgot I don't have YouTube Red.
In a
What? Wait, that was yes. They made it was an Xbox exclusive. I'm not sure if it's come on the PlayStation or PC now. But yes, Indiana Jones the game was made at the beginning, basically the beginning of this year. Actually, not the beginning. When did it release? I'm actually curious. Xbox Indiana Jones released. You know what's even sadder? Hold up. So, when did it release? Yep, December 9th, 24. It literally, wait. This released in this. Oh, that's right. I hate it when the VGAs does. So, the VGAs and many other people, how they do their top 10 list is because this is on the cusp of going into the next year, it technically counts. And I get why they do it, because they do have a cutoff, and I believe their cutoff is October. I believe anything past October is considered going into next year. But yeah, what was really sad about this game, particularly for me, is I actually I went to Walmart today because I had to take my roommate, to get his new prescription glasses, and I was bored, so I was walking around. I went to electronics and stuff, and I was looking. They had a bunch of games on sale for Xbox, and I saw Indiana Jones was on sale. I believe the game when it released was $70. It was fucking $30. That's more than 50% drop off for that. That's insane. I was like, really? That's already the $30? And I was at Walmart. And I didn't just see one copy. No, it wasn't just one copy on sale. There were multiple. And that wasn't the only game. What also surprised me, though, fucking Night Rain. Elden Ring Night Rain was on sale. It was the one copy I found, but that was on sale. I was like, wait, hold up. I heard this was actually a really good game. That's on sale? I picked it up for $25. So, yay. Best ongoing game. Ooh, okay.
Ongoing game. The nominees are Final Fantasy XIV, Fortnite, Helldivers 2, Marvel Rivals, and No Man's Sky.
That one's actually hard for me to actually say because I've actually played each of those games. So,
ongoing game.
Oh, well, of course you guys know I played Fortnite. But
Final Fantasy 4.
So, Final Fantasy. My game, my PC is not a potato, but it is like a toaster. It is not the best PC. I can play some games on here, but they have to be indie 16-bit, side-scrolling games. Games like fucking a Pizza Tower and stuff, right? I could play those and probably stream them too. I could not. I've tried playing Apex Legends on my PC. No, it is impossible. How I ever get any kills on Apex on PC is beyond me. I don't. I've gotten kills, but I always say no, that was pure luck. Either the other person sucked that bad, or I got lucky, because there's no way I should have gotten that kill. It chugs. It stalls. The frame rate goes ballistic. It is terrible. So, knowing that, I was like, you know what? Let me not play Final Fantasy on the PC. Let me try it on the Xbox, because they brought it over to the Xbox. I played it for a good some odd time. Rivals gotta get it. Oh my god, they had almost perfect start for. I know I had a bit of controversy. I did make the video on it a while back, but Rivals definitely does deserve it. They have been doing a lot of good stuff for the community. My biggest thing is the fact that Rivals doesn't really excel at anything. It's a good game, but when you actually think about it, at the end of the day, for its actual game modes and its mechanics, Rivals' biggest thing it does for its community is actually the skins and the characters they bring into the world of Marvel Rivals. Outside of that, I can't really say too many other things that rival. It's literally Overwatch, but with Marvel characters. I was kind of hoping, when I heard Rivals get released and so many people were basically stroking its dick, I was like, holy shit, this game must be phenomenal. And I was a big fan of Overwatch, so I tried it. I had fun, but got bored really fast. It didn't excite me enough to actually try in that game. I was just kind of fucking around and playing. You know, I kept playing Venom. I kept playing Squirrel Girl. I kept playing the little shark. I forget his name. But Jeff, I think. I was just fucking around. Like, I didn't have any real strong incentive to win. I didn't feel the urge to realistically like do my best. I was just having fun. And to some people, that's enough for a game, and that's great. But if I'm playing a game and they're saying like best category or best ongoing, I think you gotta give a little bit more punch to it. Now I have heard Final Fantasy was great for its community in the start, but I heard like some of the more recent things that they've been doing hasn't been too great.
14,
I stopped
Fortnite.
playing.
Hell Di-
Fortnite is Fortnite. Fortnite is Fortnite. Literally, you're in it to play Fortnite because you want to do the dances, you want to do the emotes, you want to get the crazy skins like the Simpsons, like fucking Cowboy Bebop. You want to see Cowboy Bebop fight Homer Simpson in a battle royale, and out of nowhere here comes fucking Rick Sanchez from Rick and Morty jumping in a spaceship. Fortnite is Fortnite. Like, I'm not gonna say much else about the game. I think Fortnite, it could win this category. I don't think it should, because Fortnite realistically hasn't changed a lot. There's been some new modes, and of course they have the availability to make your own custom stuff. But outside of that, I don't know. I'd say right now,
Divers 2,
Helldivers
Marvel
2,
Rivals, and
No Man's Sky probably have the biggest chance to win this. Okay, and this is for me personally. The thong. Is that the thing in a thong? You got two boulders as ass cheeks. Wait, does the thing have a limp dick, or does it always stay hard? What if the thing's head is just it's the shape of his head? The head of his cock is just the shape of his head. When he's about to dig down his girl, he calls out, "It's clobbering time!" I'm sorry. Okay. I'm trying to get myself back. But no. So, No Man's Sky, since its release, when No Man's Sky first released, it was horrible. There was very little to do, even in this expansive world of like journeying around the stars. You've never felt more empty. However, the developers, and especially the creator, understood that they fucked up and they promised too much in the beginning. It's clobbering time. Stop it. I'm trying to be serious. They understand that they fucked up, and they basically took a straight year, went radio silent, and did nothing but work on that game. They worked on fixing everything. They started adding so much new content, so much new, like, equipment, things to do, vehicles, items, weapons. They worked so tirelessly to fix up the fuck up they did, and the community came back. They fully understood, hey, you dedicated yourself to this, and for us, and this is amazing. They have yet to actually charge for DLC. They keep releasing new updates for free. I'm sorry, like, there's not a better game that I have ever actually looked at to say, yes, this deserves an award. No Man's Sky deserves the best award. I don't think it's going to get it, because people have kind of been like, yeah, so they give new updates, big deal, it's still just a game, you fly around in space. Like, I'm over here playing Fortnite, yeah! And I'm like, I get it, but I think No Man's should take it. No Man's Sky is good. I never saw gameplay. It's essentially, if you like exploration, like, I'm not going to sit here and say the actual, like, the combat, quote unquote, is like the best ever, but the game really excels at the idea of exploration, expansive universe, flight travel, traversing a new world that you've never actually inhabited before. The game is expansive. It is massive. And again, they keep adding new updates, new abilities to like add like new ways to like make your home base look better, new attachments. Again, best thing, new vehicles. It's great. I adore it. I haven't played in a while, but I think No Man's Sky is probably one of the best examples of when you actually have a vision, and even though you fucked up initially, you can still bring that back. It just depends on you. You can't allow yourself to be brought down because of one fuck up. If you make a mistake, do what you can to fix it. And the guy in the team did it. But I don't think they're gonna win because I think more people just cater to Marvel Rivals or Fortnite or to Final Fantasy in this regard. But if I had to pick anything, if I can't have No Man's Sky, I gotta give it to Helldivers. I think Helldivers definitely deserves best ongoing thing. They do a lot of great updates. They have done a lot of great like additions to the game, and I think even though it has microtransactions, like it doesn't feel like filthy. It doesn't feel like these people are just out to get money. Like they actually allow you to do like an actual system when the actual purchase of the what's it called? Not a battle pass. Essentially, they have their own passes that you purchase, and you basically are able to unlock new weapons, new armor, new styles and colors for your character. But they also have abilities to unlock coins in those passes, so you can actually get like a good chunk of your change back. So the next time you buy another, and it's like Fortnite does that too. But I don't know, for a PvE game primarily focused, it's really solid. Yeah. I gotta give it to the people at Arrowhead Studios. They did a great job. So I think No Man's Sky or Helldivers should totally take this category. I feel like either Fortnite or Marvel Rivals gonna take it. Honestly, though.
Sky. For best mobile game, the nominees are Destiny Rising, Persona.
What? There's a Destiny mobile game? Since when? When the fuck did this happen? Destiny mobile. This was released back in 2024? What the fuck's the gameplay like?
We gotta roll. One of our own is taken.
That is too loud. That is too loud.
Spotted.
Shut the fuck up.
Should take us down. Go.
Why are you not giving me any available to turn you the fuck down?
Rated M for mature.
I don't care. This is made by NetEasy? What the fuck? What the hell? This looks half decent, and it's made by NetEasy. They're the same company that basically did Marvel Rivals. Does this play well? Yeah, I forgot to. This looks pretty decent. Oh, early pre-made. Early pre-alpha mobile in-game capture. So it probably doesn't look like this anymore. Okay, if the game play like works as solidly as I'm hoping, maybe. But I need to look more things up. I did not know of that existence.
Persona 5, The Phantom X, Sonic Rumble, Uma Masume.
No, that's winning, hands down. It's for the memes. For the memes, that's winning. I can't imagine like either this isn't winning because people and like the actual people voting like the critics and the not the critics, the people who are on the board, because they didn't actually like it. I tried this game out for the memes. It's literally just gambling. You're just basically prepping up your horse beforehand for the race, and then you just watch them race like an actual horse race. I was under the impression when I first saw the trailers and like people loving this game, I thought it was you actively racing in some sort of like big race. But no, it was literally you basically, oh, I'm going to level up your stamina, your strength, how fast you can go, blah, 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 things like that, right? And then you like, you feed them or whatever, and then you take care of them so they feel good for the race, and then they get amped up, and then they just run. The fuck is pretty... It's okay, so it's essentially... You know what? I'm just gonna show you. I'm just gonna show you. It's probably best that you just see what it is instead of like, how do you spell it again? Let's see, trailer. No, not trailer. Not trainer. Trailer. This is it. Literally, horse girls racing in a derby. They're based on real horses that have competed in actual like horse races, but they've been made into anime girls, and you essentially race them. What you're seeing here is actually game footage. Like when you're actually like in the game, it's like stilted animation frames, but when they're actually racing, it's actually like, you know, animation. Like it's actually I played it for a bit. I thought it was cute. I thought it was fine, but it is not for me. It is not for me. It is for a specific audience, and we all know who that specific audience is.
Derby and Wuthering Waves.
I've heard a lot of good stuff about that. I've been wanting to try it. Oh my god, this is too funny. I want that to win for the memes. I don't think that the actual creators of that game think they're going to win, but if they win, it'll be one of the funniest things ever. I want them to win. But I've heard so many good things about
Rumble, Uma Masume, Pretty Derby,
about
and Wuthering Waves.
Wuthering Waves. I think it's another like what you call it? Not Honkai Star Rail. Maybe Honkai Star Rail, but basically another one of those games. I hear good things about it. I don't know. I got to check it out. But I actually picked up the Backbone for my phone so I can actually start playing more mobile games. I've been playing a game called I was playing ZZ Zenless Amazon Zero on here, but I stopped because just being on sometimes it's hard to like just continually get on top of like entering a game and doing the daily stuff. Crystal at the Atlan is the game I've been playing. It's pretty fun. I think it's a good solid like RPG. You basically have a pre-made character and you basically just choose their path as they go along. It's not bad though. I like it. I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing when it comes to actually like attaching my character with like equipment and stuff because I'm just kind of playing it for fun, but I think it's a fun game. The action is what really gathered me, like really invested me into the game, the actual combat.
Art direction are Clara Obscure, Expedition 33.
Okay.
Death Stranding 2, On the Beach.
Okay.
Ghost of Yote, Hades 2, and Hollow Knight Silksong.
Okay, so that's actually a tough category because best art direction, and again, this is why I was actually talking to people a while back when people was like saying like, because I heard Claire Obscura was being nominated for like 20 different categories, and people was like saying, I don't want to say why like it can get nominated for Game of the Year and then nominated for like 20 other categories. I'm like, well, because just because a game is considered Game of the Year, that means it's the Game of the Year because it encompasses everything. It's basically like if we put in a point system, right? This game could excel really high in gameplay. It's like a 10 out of 10 gameplay game. But if it's focused on if it's a game that's focused on not just gameplay but a narrative, a story, and a story absolutely sucks, if the characters are not interesting, then you're probably going to want to give this game like best RPG or best action adventure. If this game has a solid mechanics, solid gameplay, decent to good story, good characters, you know, it excels a lot in a lot of different categories, but it may not be the best of the best of the best of like in one individual thing. It's the best at what it is, and what it is basically makes it a great game. Or literally, it's just a perfect game. It encompasses everything. Everything about it is just great. The art direction, the character designs, the character work, the dialogue, the performances, yada, 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 right? So there's a multitude of factors, so I could totally see why a game gets nominated for different categories, though that can sometimes take away from other games being nominated in those certain categories. Like, I don't remember if it was last year or the year before, but I remember, like, I was really upset because the game Overlord Unicorn didn't get nominated for anything, and I really thought that game had some of the most solid like character work, and the story was pretty simple, but it was tight. Like there was nothing about it that was absurdly like crazy. But the fact that the Overlord Unicorn didn't get nominated for anything at all, and yet you had games like Balatro, Elden Ring DLC, and I get why some of these games got nominated multiple times. I understand why people love Balatro. I understand why people loved Astrobot and shit. But like some of those games, just like I feel like this could have been given to like other games instead of you being nominated in this category here. That's a bit weird for me. But yeah,
For best score in music.
what did I say? Oh yeah, for best art direction. That's a tough one. I can only talk about
Expedition 33, Death Stranding 2,
Didn't play
On the
that.
Beach, Ghost of Yote, Hades 2, and Hollow Knight Silk Song.
See, that's a tough one. I'm gonna have to say like probably. I want to say it's gonna be a toss up between Silk Song and Clair Obscur Expedition 33. I can't imagine like Death Stranding might be in the running there, but I can't imagine like anything else is gonna take that out of Hades. I heard Hades 2 was a disappointment. I've heard Ghost of Yote was a disappointment. Again, I didn't play the first one. I didn't play the second one because I don't own a PlayStation. But I still watch a lot of people who I take what they say in regards to like games and kind of a high degree because they've been so on the money when it comes to like judging a game's quality, its narrative, its characters, its story. So when usually someone like that tells me, hey, this game wasn't as good, I'm gonna look at them and was like, yeah, they're probably right in some way. I heard lots of good things from DS2 and Silk Song. I've heard things of Death Stranding 2. I'm not gonna sit here and say good things. The most positive thing I've heard from the game is the fact that a VTuber's in there. I forget her name. Peko-san? I don't remember her name. I know of the character, but I've never really watched her. There's like a small number of VTubers I watch, and the small number of VTubers I watch, I'm more on the retarded side of things, if you know what I mean. But yeah, I played Silk Song. I didn't play a lot of it because I wanted to save it for like a moment where I can actually sit down and like play the shit out of it. But I just haven't had the time because I've been doing so much else. It's on my games list though. Same with Hollow Knight. I gotta finish Hollow Knight. I never beat it. Damn it, dude. So many games. I'm trying to go back and beat all my games and actually like as close as I can 100% the achievements. Because I was looking at my gamer score lately and I was like, because I was comparing it with my friend and I was like, huh. You have so much more gamer score than me. And he looked at me, he's like, yeah, because I actually beat my games. I'm like, I beat my games? And he's like, what was the last game you beat aside from Silent Hill F? And I looked at him with the straightest face. I'm like, oh my God, I don't beat my games. He's like, exactly. So I actually gotta go back and start beating some of my games and actually like going through them. It's been a while. I do beat my games, but like I beat like one game out of like the 5 I play. Because sometimes I just play a game extensively. Like again, a game like Fallout and Skyrim, to this day, and my friend has made fun of me for this, I have not beaten Elder Scrolls 5 Skyrim. To this day, I have not beaten Fallout 4. I've come close in both games, but I always do so much in the game. Like I do so much, like all the side quests. I make the house. I get the family. I adopt the kids. I go fucking fight all the bandits. You know, I do all that shit. I do all the DLCs. And then like when I'm getting close to the end game, I'm like, nah, I want to go fuck with the Thieves Guild now. And I do that. And I do so much of the actual other stuff that I forget about the main story. And then by the time I want to do the main story, I'm bored of the game and I want to move on. And he looks at me and he tells me, so don't fuck with the side stuff. Just do the main story. I'm like, but I like the side stuff. I like side questing. I like feeling like an adventurer. He's like, so then be happy with the fact that you don't beat your games. Like, no, I want to beat my games.
For Best Score in Music, leveled up by Spotify, the nominees are Christopher Larkin for Hollow Knight Silk Song, Darren Korb for Hades 2,
Okay.
Lorian Testar for Clair Obscur Expedition 33,
Okay, I'm starting to see a theme already.
Toma Otoa for Ghost of Yote,
Are we serious?
Woodkid and Ludwig Forsell for Death Stranding 2.
No way, they got Woodkid to do songs for Death Stranding? I fucking love Woodkid. fuck and fight all the bandits. Yes, I didn't mean to say it like that, but yes, I fucking fight all the bandits. Some bandits don't deserve death. Sometimes they just want to have a little sex, you know? Sometimes they just got a little pent-up frustration, and then they got this nice, you know, little Argonian coming through. He's like, hey, you like my scales? I can show you a good time, but you can't keep pillaging and rioting. If you want this, you gotta stop. And they'll be like, okay, good. And we have a good time. What can I say? Like, people like Argonians, except for the Nords. Because Nords are racist. Well, okay. The Nords and Ulfric's side of things are racist. Unless you're useful, Ulfric don't give a fuck about you.
On the beach.
I gotta listen to some of the music from that. I love Woodkid. One of my favorite songs from Woodkid still to this day is Iron, and then of course Run Boy. I love both those songs. And Iron, the first time I ever heard Woodkid, if you guys ever played Assassin's Creed, Assassin's Creed, not Brotherhood, the third Ezio game, Revelations. The trailer for that game was phenomenal. The game wasn't that great, but everyone remembers the fucking trailer for Revelations. That was the first time I ever heard Woodkid, and I was like, who is this Who is this band? What is this song? I had to look it up, and I listened to that fucking trailer 20 times over until fucking, like, I had memorized the lyrics. It was great. I love that band. I gotta listen to more of this stuff, but I definitely gotta hear the soundtrack for Death Stranding now.
The best audio design nominees are Battlefield 6, Clair Obscur Expedition 33, Death Stranding 2 On the Beach,
Ghost of Yotei? Okay.
and Silent Hill F.
I played a bit of Battlefield, and I will say, at this point in time, it's not really hard for me to believe that they have basically perfectly understood the method of which they do to basically get, like, you know, the sound of the bullets, the footsteps, the clanging of metal, and the ricocheting of bullets off of the metal, the concrete, like the impact of it. So, the animation of shit at DS2, my inner love for animation stories just, I will say, as playing as much Silent Hill F as I have, that game's atmosphere. If there's one thing I can say, woo! Hey, how's it going, Doji? But yeah, if there's one thing I can say, Silent Hill F knows how to build upon its atmosphere. Like, the sounds of the rustling of grass, assuming that there's a scarecrow getting near you, the rustling of the chains of an enemy. This is Peak Dula streaming. Thank you so much, sweetie. Thank you. But yeah, like, I will say, if there's one big positive I'm getting Silent Hill F, it's that they did a great job in actually building suspense in some of the rooms, some of the actual, like, corridors, some of the actual places you were in. I think, to me, to this moment still, the scariest moment I was in Silent Hill F was in my own home. Now, I had never been in her home prior to the actual beginning of the game, once you were first leaving it, so you gotta see a quick glimpse of it. But when you were actually inside the home, holy fuck, there was so many different noises, the flickering of the lights randomly, like the sounds of the creatures in the background making. They did a good job of making me believe there was something around the corner. And again, the build up of the atmosphere, because you could actually hear Hinako's voice breathing heavily. It was good. It was really good. I know you want to play Peak with me. Shut up. I need to see if my computer can even handle Peak. But yeah, so I will say Silent Hill F, I could totally see winning this category. Now, however, I have seen gameplay from Death Stranding, and I saw a lot of people play Death Stranding 1 because I was really curious. And if it's anything like Death Stranding 1, the silentry of the character actually moving through the grass or through the hills, the steps you take, the climb upon rocky mountains, it's all there. It's really good. I actually don't know, out of, like, Death Stranding,
Death Stranding 2 On the Beach, Ghost of Yotei.
I don't know shit about Ghost of Yotei. I heard the first game was amazing. I'm assuming, like, they probably just took a lot of the same similar sound effects, maybe some other sound cues from the first game and just put in the next game. I gotta imagine that this is still a top contender for this. Again, sound design is not... I'm not gonna sit here and say sound design is easy, but, like, I think a great example of this, one of my favorite games, Amnesia. Amnesia: The Dark Descent. if you go back and listen to these guys talk about the level of lengths they went to make sure you felt like there was something behind you, you felt like something was chasing you, you felt like there was always something around the corner. The actual level of dedication these guys went to make sure the sound design was perfect to build on the atmosphere of you being trapped in this manner. You're an amnesia. You're a paranoid amnesiac. You don't know what's happening. All you have is a small letter telling you, go to this place and kill this guy. Everything else is a blur to you. You're walking through a manner that you once walked through, but you have no idea what's at stake, what's going on. And you're being chased, you're being hunted, you're being looked at by creatures that are around, that have actual RNG pathing. These things aren't on a trail where they follow, oh, let's go back and forth. No, these things literally walk as though they have a purpose to do so. They're meandering around. They act as though they're like mindless creatures, and when they see you, they give chase. That scream, still gives me shivers to this day. I love Amnesia: The Dark Descent, the first game. It's an amazing game. But like, if there's ever a point of a studio that I say like, yeah, those guys understood how to build on atmosphere, those guys understood sound design, I always give it to Frictional Games. They do stellar work.
Best Adaptation was added to the Game Awards in 2022 to recognize an outstanding show, movie, or other creative work.
Wait, hold up. What? We're doing Best Adaptation? No. My brain is, Amnesia was so scary. Amnesia was scary. Amnesia's a great game. Machine for Pigs was, it tried, but it wasn't made by Frictional. It was made by, I think the company was called the Chinese Door or something like that. But then Frictional made Rebirth, and that was a horrendous game. But they only made Rebirth the way they did was because people didn't understand Soma. Soma was a phenomenal horror-filled game that really made you think, that really dove into the psychological fear of so much. And because people were like, oh, this isn't a horror game, I'm like, the fuck? Get the hell out of my face. Am I scary? Brar. Are you scary? Oh no. But yeah, what are you about to mention?
Inspired by and based on an established video game world. Here are this year's nominees for Best Adaptation. A Minecraft movie.
This better not win. This better not win. This better fucking not win. This movie was horrendous. This movie was awful. I'm sorry. Like, so many people, this movie made so much money. It grossed so much. It basically, like, unnecessarily needed to... I hate the fact that this movie exists. I hate the fact that I love Minecraft, and the fact that as someone who loves Minecraft knows this movie exists. This movie is an affront to basically everything Minecraft is. It is the worst thing I've seen almost all year. If literally, what was it? What was the other movie that I saw? Oh my god, I'm trying to think. Did I see that this year? I forget what Marvel movie I saw this year that I thought was just like so horrendously bad. I've never seen him. Okay, so just to give you an idea, a reason why I dislike this movie, right? So the concept of Minecraft already doesn't really have a story exactly. You're just someone who goes into the world and you basically are explained with a small thing, you know, basically go mine. You go punch trees. You get that tree, you make it into a plank, and then you make a fucking a box that basically helps you make other stuff, right? There is no winning in Minecraft. It is literally one of the most greatest examples of just your creativity guides you. This movie tells you, yes, creativity should be something you should applaud, that you should totally work towards. No, the fuck it ain't. This movie basically tells you the adverse of that more than half the time. Jack Black, for some odd no reason, is this kid, and he's like, I am Steve, and I yearn for the mines. And so, as a kid, he wanted to go become a miner, until some, like, old man was like, no, get away from the mine, and he goes running. So, 40 years pass, forgets about his dream, and then he decides to one day remember, oh, wait, I had a dream of the mines. and he quits his job and goes back to that same mine to where that same old man, the old crotchety old man, is still digging for mine of something. And then he goes in there for like 5 seconds and he immediately finds a MacGuffin. This like fucking MacGuffin that's like it's the most ridiculous thing. It's a crystal, essentially a crystal that goes inside of a glass case that basically opens up a portal into the Minecraft world. Why it had to be that specific of a thing is weird to me, but literally, it's just they wanted to have these two separate items because of a payoff later on in the movie. But so he goes into the world of Minecraft, and it's just so frustrating. I wanted to actually do a review on Minecraft, but I decided against it because, like, at the time, I didn't think I'd want to put in the time. But maybe I will one day. Minecraft is such a horrendous fucking movie. It is so bad. I don't think I laughed at a single joke. No, that is a lie. I did laugh once. I remember laughing and I chuckled a few times, but that's because when you have like several characters in the movie that are just really, really bad and are annoying you, having Jack Black and Jason Momoa be a couple of retards somehow makes me chuckle. Like, it's something. It's like, what would you rather want? A stereo performance or two people hamming it up? Two people literally eating the screen. I'm like, honestly, I'd probably go with the two retards. MC movie is the worst adaptation. No, honestly, it is the worst thing. I don't think anything else on this list deserves to be like castrated and said like no.
Devil May Cry.
Haven't seen it actually. I've heard huh? There's a Splinter Cell series?
Splinter Cell Death Watch. The Last of Us Season 2.
I haven't watched The Last of Us Season 1, but again, I have it on good authority from people I watch and people that I respect in terms of like actual like the quality of what their criticism is, tells me Season 2 is somehow worse than the fucking Part 2 of the game, which is really surprising because number 2 of Last of Us was horrendous. So I don't think this deserves the win.
And Until Dawn.
Remember how I said Minecraft was one of the worst movies I'd ever seen? There's another one. I found this movie free on YouTube, and I watched it. Because there's a guy I watch, he's a channel that basically takes rips, or like he somehow gets the movie, like, around like the week it comes out, and he takes it and he puts it on his channel for free to watch. Now you gotta be quick with it, and you have to know where this guy's channel is. And essentially, he puts it up, you can watch it, and then like either he'll try to take it down or his channel will get taken down. Because that's why I watched the Borderlands movie too, was with this guy. But anyways, so literally, this is a great example of a movie that has absolutely almost nothing to do with what it's based on. I shudder to even mention that this is an adaptation. It's almost a completely different film, a completely different story. No, it is a completely different story. There's only like one connection, and that's the fact that it's a fucking Wendigo that's like part of the actual creatures. This movie is ridiculously bad. I think one of the best examples I can give, right? So the premise is these kids, one of the main kids of like 5 are they're trying to track down their sister because their sister disappeared. So literally they somehow end up going to this like quote unquote cabin in the woods, and they go there and they check in and everything, right? And as they do, essentially, as they're reading out that they're reading out basically the premise of like, if you sign this and you stay here, you have basically just agreed that you must now survive until dawn. They even making that joke in the movie. So literally, they all sign this, and now they're trapped here. And essentially the thing is, every time they die, they reset back at 12 a.m. So they don't figure this out initially. They're like, oh my god, why do we keep responding? Why do we keep coming back? And then like finally, after getting killed like another 2 times, they're like, okay, let's just all sit in a room. If we just survive until dawn, we should be free to go. So they just sit in a room, right? And like, this is actually working. They're talking, they're communicating, nothing's coming in to kill them. Somehow, them sitting in this room is actually protecting them. I say this because literally, they even say we shouldn't go anywhere else and we shouldn't really touch anything. Randomly, I think around like 4 a.m. or whatever, one of the guys goes, hey, I'm thirsty. I'm going to get a drink. And he sees that there's a faucet behind him. So he goes and he gets a cup of water and he drinks some of the water. He then goes back and sits down with the friends. As they're talking, he starts coughing. And he coughs out blood. And he looks at it confused. And you think in this moment, oh shit, he should probably tell his friend. Oh no, that's right, I forget about this. My fault. He offers the rest of them water before this moment happens. And everyone goes, yeah, he just drank it, so it should be safe. So they all drink the water. One of them just has like a sip, but they all drink the water. And then he starts coughing up blood since he was the first one. And he ignores it. He's like, nah, it's fine. I'm like, you're not going to tell your friends that you just started coughing up blood? That you just randomly was like, oh shit, blood? But he doesn't. He doesn't tell his friends. As the time progresses, they get closer to 6 a.m. But then randomly, the friend says like, I don't feel so good. And like, what's going on? You're bleeding. He's like, oh my God, what's going to happen to me? And he pops like a fucking bubble. Blood spatters everywhere. And they start freaking out. One of the girls, she doesn't blow up like him. One of her legs blows off randomly. I don't know how the rules of this little like water shit works, but she doesn't blow up entirely like he did. She loses a leg, then an arm, and then she blows up. They start dying one after another. And before the last girl, the main girl, dies, like the villain of the movie comes in and he's like smirking and laughing at her. He's like, you don't win the game by just sitting still. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? If that retard didn't drink the water and then offer the water to them, they would have won the game. They literally almost won the game by sitting still. But instead of being smart people and then doing the exact same thing, but this time not fucking drinking the water, they decide, let's split up and figure out a way to get out of here. Again, this has nothing to do with the fucking Wendigo plotline of the game. This is one of the worst adaptations I've ever seen. I'm pretty sure this movie was paid with like terrible reviews. Because it's just how awful it was. I laughed unironically at the bubble popping scene because it was just so random. Give the person a medal for coming up with that idea. Ugh. This doesn't deserve to win. None of these things. You know what? I can't say. I don't know anything about
a Minecraft movie.
I don't know about Devil May Cry, and I don't know about Splinter Cell. I feel like Minecraft's gonna win purely because how popular it was, how much money it grossed, and how much it just blew up. The movie did not lose any actual traction its second week. Usually a movie, like when it comes out and like people are really excited for it, they all go see it the first week of. And usually people are like, see, the movie made money. I'm like, right, but you shouldn't use the first week as a projection of a movie did great or good. Because usually on chance, the movie's going to do a lot better its first week than its second week. Wait for the second week. Minecraft did great its second week too. It had a small drop off, but it still had a great viewing. This movie made bank. They're gonna make a Minecraft 2. They're gonna make a Minecraft spinoff. They're gonna make Minecraft a TV show now. Why? Because of this fucking movie's popularity. I'm gonna watch Until Dawn. Also like the games. Ivan Chicken. But yeah, Minecraft's gonna win. I'll be shocked if anything else wins.
Cell Death Watch, The Last of Us Season 2, and Until Dawn. For Best Narrative, the outstanding nominees are Claire Obscure, Expedition 33.
Okay.
Death Stranding 2, On the Beach.
Makes sense.
Ghost of Yote, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, and Silent Hill F.
No. Silent Hill F is not going to win this. It's not. It's cute that it was nominated, but I ain't going to win it. The narrative is probably one of the worst things about the game. And I'll go into detail about that later. I'm still not wanting to talk about that until I've gotten everything. And I'm actually going to be playing Silent Hill F. I need to do one more playthrough of the game. One more full playthrough. I've gotten almost every achievement in that game except for a few. And that's going to be saved for literally my final playthrough live on stream. Which is going to be me playing the hardest difficulty on everything. On the puzzles and on the combat. and I'm gonna do for the final ending, the true ending. That's my last ending I need. So I'm gonna be doing that for stream. I'm gonna see how long it takes me to actually beat it, because I played that game so much, I basically know of all the static encounters that happen, all the jump scare encounters, and I basically have mapped out like which way I gotta go to make sure I avoid this and this and this and this. So yeah, I'm probably gonna be doing that. I think I watched Minecraft on the second week. Oops, that's fine. Like, if you like the Minecraft movie, I don't care. Like, you more power to you. You found enjoyment at a very bad movie. My thing has always been the fact that literally, no, I don't care if someone tells me they like something, they enjoy something, or they found something fun or funny. My thing is when they say like, oh, this was the best thing in the world. I'm like, what do you mean by that? And like, what do you mean by that? I'm like, what do you mean it was the best? I'm like, well, it's the best. I'm like, what is it the best about? Like, what is it about this thing that makes it the best? And that's when the conversation should start. Is like, when you think about something, you have to remember wording means something. And people, me and my roommate, not getting an argument about this, but we've discussed it. Basically, I know for a fact when someone says something is the best or something is the greatest or something's good in regular word, in like, random people online, they say these things as like an actual qualifier of their opinion. This is good in my opinion. This is the best in my opinion. When I use those words, I'm referring to literally not just as an opinionated statement, but as an objective one too. I think this is great because it has X thing. Like, great example. I think Halo 3 is a great game. Why? Because the narrative is not only like, not only is it a great conclusion to John's story, but the narrative flows well. You actually get to see like basically the sides of both the aliens and the elites, the aliens and the humans coming together to fight against the Prophet, and you get to see I'm basically butchering what I'm trying to say. I thought of something. I only liked MC movie because of the memes, and that's fine. Like Jack Black and I said, Jack Black and Jason Momoa were the best things about that film. And I don't know if that's a good statement or a bad statement, because literally every other character was so horrendously awful in that movie that I was brimming with joy when I saw Jason and Jack. It was like Jason Momoa and Jack Black were just fighting on, like, they weren't actually fighting, but like they were fighting on screen to see who could be the bigger ham. A great example of this is literally when they're doing the chicken lava scene, right? They're eating the chicken from the lava that Jack Black just cooked it with, right? Jack Black just cooked this chicken with lava, right? And he's telling them let's dig in, let's eat, yeah. And he grabs a bite and he bites it. He's like, that's a hot chicken, right? And Jason Momoa was like, you can't handle a bit of hot. I can, because he's acting like the big macho guy. So he grabs a piece of chicken, eats it, and everyone's kind of like staring at him, and he goes, "Ugh!" And he goes like, and before that moment, Jack Black goes like, careful, man, your chicken's really hot. And I'm like, yeah, we know it's hot, Jack. You just said it was really hot because you fucking cooked it with lava. It's like these two characters. Of course, you have the other scene once they're like literally they're going to the mountain because Jason Momoa needs Jack Black to take him to his stash. Oh my god, that's such a stupid. So I want to talk about this moment a lot. I don't know. I just want to say it. In Minecraft movie, so Jack Black has a separate stash hideout for his diamonds and everything. The only reason I like Halo is because Ring Ward. I never played it ever. You never played Halo? Oh, well, I mean, I guess if you didn't have an Xbox, that kind of makes sense. But if you have a PlayStation, like they've just made that new. No, it's coming out soon. If you have a PlayStation 5, 4, I'm not sure if it's coming out for 4, but I know it's coming for 5. If you have a PlayStation 5, they're doing a remastered of just the campaign for Combat Evolved. I don't know how that's going to play, but I imagine it's at least going to be pretty good because it's just the campaign. There is no matchmaking. There is no multiplayer. There is no custom modes. It's just a campaign. So if you want to actually experience the campaign of Halo, I'd say wait for that. If you don't, then there's the Master Chief Collection, which I recommend. The Master Chief Collection is really good. Man, what was I saying? Yeah, so I'm off topic. I don't remember what I was saying now.
Best community support celebrates game developers who continually and transparently engage, support, and respond to their players.
No Man's Sky.
This year's nominees are Baldur's Gate 3, Final Fantasy XIV, Fortnite, Helldivers 2, and No Man's Sky.
Again, I think No Man's Sky should take this, but then the first category they mentioned was Baldur's Gate, and that's a tough one for me there. I think that when it comes to community support, the team behind Baldur's Gate have done a phenomenal job. I think that game deserves every bit of praise that it gets outside of people like really talk. I think, and this is just me and my roommate both agree that like there are certain story beats and elements inside the actual the story that makes you feel as though you have an actual choice when you don't. Because a lot of people like to mention the fact that, there's so many different choices, so many things you can do for the characters. It really gives you the freedom of choice. I'm like, yeah, it gives you some freedom of choice. It gives you the freedom of choice and see how you want to resolve certain puzzles and certain combat situations. Yes. Like, great example. Recently, when I was playing Baldur's Gate 3, a playthrough, I was romancing Karlach. She's the character who like basically has an engine in her that basically constantly gives her. It's a combustion person that constantly makes her really, really hot, right? This is benefit for her because this really gets her like active during battle, but it's also detriment to her because not only is she so hot she can't be touched by anyone, but this could actually also kill her because she's not in basically the Hell Ward anymore. She's not there, so this way she can be constantly kept that in check. So I started romancing her, and there's a bit of line that she's like, I wish I could kiss you right now, but I can't because, I'm too hot, you'd burn. And I'm like, oh, I have an idea. And I was like, I have a water bottle. I have like a water glass bottle in my inventory. What if I splashed you with the water beforehand? This way it cools you off a bit. And she's like, oh, there's an idea. Let's try that. So I threw the water at her and it broke and it like hit her with water. So it was indicating that she was like wet. So we went in and we kissed and there was still a bit of a spark, but she was like, ooh. I was like, hey, see? That's a small resolution to a small little thing. The fact that they took time to really make you feel like you're actually playing a game of D&D. Like you're asking the DM, hey, wait, I have a fireproof spell in my inventory. Can I use that? And the DM's like, roll to see if it works. Roll. Boom. Success. All right, you kiss Karlach. There you go. The fact that they really took time to like construct it like that is so amazing. I love it. But when I talk about the fact of choice is the aspect of like actual story beats for like, for instance, the Dark Urge. The Dark Urge really gets shafted when it comes to choices for him or her, right? So there really is only one real choice for the Dark Urge, because outside of the one choice for the Dark Urge of basically just like kind of like not giving in to your kind of like evilness is essentially you wind up killing everyone you just put in a jail cell. There is no like, I'm the Dark Urge, I become now king, or I've taken over or something like that. Not to my knowledge anyways. And for my roommate, he did the Dark Urge gameplay and he tried doing it 2 different ways and he just couldn't find any other like way to like do the ending. I don't know. I think they could have done a bit more open-endedness when it came to some of the choices for the ending game, but I still think that doesn't diminish what quality Baldur's Gate 3 has. It is a phenomenal game. What the fuck were the other choices? I don't know. I stopped playing this because I could not handle it on my Xbox. I was getting bored.
Fortnite.
Can we really say what Epic does consider to be community support outside of like, oh, hey, this game has a bit of a hot fix. Let's fix that. What was the thing about the mountains? Oh, right. That's what I was saying. So Jason Momoa wants Jack Black to take him to his stash. He has in the mountains, very far away from where they are in the village. Why Jack Black has it hidden in the mountains, I never know. But anyway, so he has it hidden in the mountains. So they had to get to the mountains, right? And so Jack Black, and I didn't know about this because I've never actually, quote unquote, be in Minecraft. I've never actually taken on the Ender Dragon because I usually just like to build my house, build my towers and stuff and do that. I never really care to go into the Nether unless I absolutely have to. So I didn't know when you kill the Ender Dragon, you basically get an item that allows you to fly. I thought that was really cool. And I was told by a friend that like, hey, I really hate this scene. I'm like, why? Because in the scene, Jack Black says like, I have these. And it's like the items he uses to fly, basically indicating that he beat the Ender Dragon. And he gives one to Jason Momoa and he gives one to the kid. And he actually can't like, he had a third, but he didn't bring it for some weird ass reason. So he literally uses Jason Momoa as a steed to fly them both. I was like, what? And then as they're being chased by the pigmen throughout the mountains, there's a scene where they get turned over. So they're essentially 6 and 9 and basically, gay joke. And they're just like flying and they're both screaming and all this shit is happening. And it's literally who can actually ham up the scene the most, Jason Momoa or Jack Black. And I'm like, this is so ridiculously stupid, but because these two are actually like giving me something outside of the kid that's going like, whoa, yeah! Oh, the kid's voice is annoying. I don't know what that kid's parents had to do to get him that role, but Jesus Christ, you shouldn't have. That kid should have been replaced by someone else. That kid's voice is graining on the head. I'm not trying to be a dick, but like, there's a reason why. Sometimes it's better just to get professional. If you need, get other child actors. I'm sorry. I don't know how he got the role. I generally don't. Maybe he was the only one that showed up that day. Maybe the other kids were just super. Maybe he was the best out of the worst. I don't know. But like, I just. Ugh. But yeah, that scene with Jason Momoa going to the. But no, when they get to the mountains, right? Jack Black is like, "Be careful! I put booby traps everywhere. Yeah." And like Jason Momoa was like, I forgot what happens. That Jason Momoa was like, "Huh, I won't fall for any booby traps," and he literally falls for the first booby trap. Which the booby trap is essentially a springboard that launches Jason Momoa straight forward. Hits a switch, which opens the door up to the diamonds. And Jack Sparrow's like, yeah, we found the diamonds. And I'm like, hold up, wait. So your booby trap sent him to the destination of what you guys wanted to find? Jack Black, that's not a booby trap then. That's just an acceleration to get to the destination you wanted. Why would you construct this? It's really weird. Like I said, I don't like the Minecraft movie. I don't like the Minecraft movie. I think it's not so good. It's not so bad that it's fun. It's so bad that I want to quit. I want to leave. I don't ever want to watch this movie again. But I might actually watch the movie again because I'm debating with myself on making a review for this fucking movie because how horrendous it was. And again, I think the funniest part about the entire movie is there's like 2 characters in the entire movie I haven't even mentioned, and that's the sister and the fucking realtor. I don't know what the purpose of this realtor is. You could have literally taken her out of the film and nothing would have changed. Her entire thing is like, yeah, I have a bunch of side hustles. Oh, what's one of your hustles? I have a mobile zoo. My God. Yeah, no. But yeah, no, best community support.
Helldivers 2 and No Man's Sky.
I think it should go to No Man's Sky or Helldivers 2 or Baldur's Gate, honestly. It's Larian Studios is great. I think
Baldur's Gate 3.
if I gave No Man's Sky the previous award, to me, again, if I'm the one giving them the awards, if I gave No Man's Sky the previous award, I would probably give Larian Studios this award.
Final
then.
Fantasy 14, Fortnite, Helldivers 2, and No Man's Sky. Your nominees for Games for Impact are Consume Me, Despelote, Lost Records Bloom and Rage,
What the fuck?
South of Midnight, and Wonderstop.
Is Games for Impact supposed to imply games that are most impactful? Because if so, I don't think any of these should be here.
Lost Records,
I never even heard of Lost Records before.
Bloom and Rage, South of Midnight, and Wonderstop.
I heard South of Midnight was one of the biggest disappointments ever.
In the category of Best Multiplayer, the nominees are
Okay.
Arc Raiders, Battlefield 6, Elden Ring Night Rain, Peak, and Split Fiction.
Oh, that's gonna be a tough one. All these games outside of Night Rain, I think, have a chance to win this. I know Shroud really wanted Arc Raiders to win Game of the Year. He wanted to be nominated. That's how much he wanted to be. Like, he thinks this game is... I think he thinks the Academy is actually, like, shit for not putting this Game of the Year. I don't know dick all about this game, but I've heard so many great things. I'm waiting to, like, play a bunch of other my games because I'm so focused on everything else I'm playing right now that I cannot give any time to Arc Raiders. So I'm going to be playing this later. But I hear so many good things about it. And again, Shroud gives this game, like, his highest approval. That's amazing. So I definitely want to try that out.
Battlefield 6.
I've heard, I played Battlefield 6. I've heard good things about Battlefield 6. I've heard some things about the fact that there's cheaters again, but that's going to be prevalent in almost anything. Hopefully the javelin system does its job and it gets rid of them faster than they can come back.
Elden Ring Night Rain.
I heard it was fun. It got a lot of memes for the first few weeks it was out, but I haven't heard anyone talk about it since. So I can't imagine this is gonna win.
Peak and
Peak is still to this day a game that I still see a bunch of VTubers play, but I only ever see it talked about in the VTuber community sphere. I don't see randos on X or Reddit or Instagram talk about Peak. I only ever see it in the spaces of VTubers. So I can't give Peak this title just purely by word of mouth. I just hear you guys. I hear you guys talk about Peak and say we should play Peak, and I hear VTuber communities and VTubers talk about Peak, but I've never seen anyone else talk about Peak. So I can't give it best multiplayer. To me personally, I've not heard enough.
and Split Fiction.
I've heard too many people talk good things about Split Fiction. I heard so many people love Split Fiction, both in the terms of streamers and actual regular people. So if I really had to choose, I'd say it'd be between Split Fiction and Arc Raiders. I'm not saying Peak's not fun. I'm saying in terms of word of mouth, meaning I'm hearing both I'm hearing people from let's say Game Informer, from Nintendo Life, all these different articles and magazines, these journalists. I'm hearing random community members. I'm seeing things people talk about it in community sections of Reddit and stuff. This is what I mean by word of mouth. I'm hearing people talk about games and movies and media. When it comes to Peak, when I'm in the VTuber sphere side of things on my X account, that's where I hear people talk about Peak. When I'm in the gaming section of Reddit and stuff, I'm hearing people talk about Battlefield 6. I'm hearing people talk about Split Fiction. I'm hearing people talk about Expedition 33. Peak, I don't think I've ever actually seen anyone mentioned outside of that sphere I first mentioned. So that's what I'm saying. I don't think they should win purely based on that assumption. Again, I haven't played Peak, so I can't really say. I'm judging it purely by word of mouth of what I've heard. And word of mouth of what I've heard is Peak is not discussed enough for me to actually say I don't think it's as popular as people think it is. I think it's popular in the spheres it is, which again is you see your favorite Oshis like Doki Bird or Mint or Iron Mouse play these games with their friends and have a good time. That's good. That's great for your community, but is that good for an award to be given to? It's again when we were talking about for the memes for the horse racing game, I think that should win purely by the memes. But actuality, I don't think that's going to win because it's great for the memes, but does a meme qualify good game? No.
Best Independent Game celebrates games with a high degree of risk tolerance, produced outside the traditional publisher system. Those nominees are
Okay, so best indie.
Absolum, Ball Pit, Blueprints.
Please, I want Blueprints to win. I want Blueprints. Blueprints was a surprisingly fun game. When I first read the premise, because it was on Game Pass, and I was like, what is this? And I checked it out. I was like, okay, it's a puzzle type of game, which I'm not against, but usually those, I need something else to keep my interest. But when I played it, there was a somewhat somberness to it. It really just kind of, it was fun. It's hard to explain. I didn't play enough of it. I want to play more, and I wanted to play for stream, but I decided against it because I don't know what you guys are going to react to. If you guys are going to think me just going through a puzzle game is going to be fun. I guess it really depends on the person playing it, the commentary. But I have kind of that insecureness about myself, thinking I don't know if I can actually be someone who can talk about, games as much as I do, despite today being evidence that I can kind of hold a conversation, I guess. But yeah, I think Blueprints is an amazing game. I want to play more of it.
Claire Obscure Expedition 33, Hades 2, and Hollow Knight Silksong.
Blueprints isn't winning. Blueprints isn't winning, dick. Oh my god. That was the first category I saw it come into. I was like, oh cool, Blueprints. And it's literally putting next to, he's like, here, sir. You're wonderful. The sundae you asked for. Oh, thank you. Oh, here, sir. We'll offer you gourmet chocolates from Switzerland. These are really nice. It's we're giving you the whole fucking fondue. Oh. And you look over to the sundae and you're like, that's really good, but that's even better. And you're just thinking to yourself, wow, the sundae never even had a chance. That's so sad. I want it to win, but I gotta say it's probably gonna go to Hollow Knight Expedition. I can't imagine Blue Princess. It'd be amazing if it win, but it's got to go to Hollow Knight or to Expedition. Fuck you, Bronco!
Like
and
this,
Alienware!
You gotta get after it. And afford
Skip.
Best Debut Indie Game recognizes a development team that hasn't won a Game Award before. In fact, these teams published their first game this year.
Oh, wow.
The nominees are Blueprints.
Hey! Oh, fuck! Damn it! I was this close! It was like, oh, Blue Princess back, it can win! And then it said Expedition 33. I'm like, damn it, it's gonna lose!
Obscure Expedition 33, Despelote, Dispatch, and Megabomb.
I have a good authority from an our friend that Dispatch is a phenomenal game. I've been wanting to try to check it out. The problem is I'm not a big fan of like the Telltale style of games. The only one I actually really ever enjoyed playing was Wolf Among Us. I tried the Borderlands game. I tried whatchamacallit. Why am I forgetting the name of it? The zombie game, the fucking zombie series. Brain work. Walking Dead. I tried Walking Dead because episode 1 was free way back when, and before Game Pass was even a thing. Dispatch. Yeah, my friend really likes it. He tells me to try it out. But again, I'm just not the hugest fan of like the quick timey narrative games. Just never had been. Wolf Among Us was the only exception because I felt like it was I don't know, I guess like the actual concept really gravitated toward me. I really loved it. Hey, hi, Hyrule, hi, welcome. I'm 4 minutes into a video and I've been streaming for I don't know how long. I can't check. Because if I go and check, you guys are going to be able to see it on screen. I don't want to show you guys my stuff. Batman Telltale is amazing. Never played it. I only heard about that game recently. And I mean like the last year recently. But you know what? I'm not talking about the best Telltale games. What about Minecraft? That game was horrendous. I watched a bunch of people play that game because everyone kept saying it was the worst game ever, and I decided I didn't want to play it or even try it. So I was watching this is like way back when. I was watching a couple of Let's Players. If anyone ever heard of Two Best Friends, I was watching them play it, and holy crap, was that shit awful. It was hilariously bad. I actually wanted to play it after that, but I didn't want to spend the money because I was podunk back then. But damn, dude, I want Blueprints to win this, but I feel like Claire's gonna win it.
For Best VR AR Game, the nominees are Alien Rogue Incursion,
Heard good
Arcade
things.
Age, Ghost Town, Marvel's Deadpool VR, and The Midnight Walk. For content creator,
I've heard Midnight Walk is fun, but that's all anyone has ever told me. Let's see. MC Story Mode was my childhood rip. It's so bad and good. Oh no, it's fucking hilarious. It's been a while. If no one's ever watched Two Best Friends, I highly recommend going to check out their old stuff. They're no longer active in their old channel of Two Best Friends Play, but their old stuff is hilarious. Two Best Friends mentioned based. Hey, we got another fan. Yeah, the fucking Zaibatsu, I miss those guys. I'm so sad when they laid this. I'm so glad it was mutual that they decided to split. Like there was no hatred towards one side or another. They just like, hey, this isn't working out anymore. We don't even like feel as like we're friends anymore. So they decided to like, let's just go our separate ways. That's respectable. And Pat and Wooly, they still got their podcast, which I still check out. I really like. Plus, they recently had I think Maury was on their podcast. It was either Maury or Camilla, a VTuber on there. Weather Storm Stray arc honestly is pretty good. The rest was kind of iffy. Gotcha. But yeah, no. Content Creator of the Year. Ooh, who we got here?
The nominees
Last year was Chase. I think the biggest contenders were Chaso and Pecora, right? Those are the ones that everyone was like fucking screaming about being on there.
are Pedro,
And they were roommates. It was more. Who?
Kai Sanai,
Oh, Kai Cenat's winning.
Moist Critical,
Really? Moist?
Sakura Miko, and The Burnt Peanut.
The fuck? Burnt peanut. What the actual shit is this? The Annoying Orange's young son? Everyone hated burnt peanut in Tarkov community. I met burnt peanut for the first time. What is this? What is this cancer I'm witnessing right now? Oh, God. Content creator of the year, Dulla-chan. No, hell no, never. Never. I cannot, there's no way I could ever compete with people like, what is it?
Part of the Game Awards is on December 4th and the Pedro.
I don't know who that is. Kaisenet. Kaisenet is one of the largest content creators ever. People adore this man. And I think for good kind of reason. From what I've seen, he seems like a genuinely nice guy. Can he take things a bit too far sometimes for a joke? Sure. And when I say take things too far, I mean just act a fool. Like this man destroys his own, like, house. This is the same guy who fucking set off fireworks in his own house and set the damn thing on fire. Again, he's doing this for, like, the entertainment, but he'll sometimes go a bit too retarded. It's like that joke from Chopper Thunder. You went full retard. Never go full retard. But Kaisenet seems like a generally nice guy, and he could take a joke on himself. I could see himself winning this.
Kai Cenat, Moist Critical.
A Moist Critical, just a down-to-earth guy. Like, no, so essentially for me, right? I would never go to Moist Critical for an actual, like, proper take. I go to Moist for what I consider to be the normative take. Meaning he comes to me as someone who's like, this is what I could totally see like a normal person who's watching a movie give me insight on. Like, oh, Moist, what didn't you like about this game? Oh, you know what? I thought it was kind of stupid in the fact that, like, the guy, like, you know, he came out of the room, like, you know, swinging the floppy dodo around, and it's just a bunch of chuds, like, talking about this shit. It's just not good. The dialogue wasn't great. I didn't really enjoy it, and honestly, it's like, you know, it's a big floppy dumping dick. That's what I expect from Moist. But it's nice, it's funny, and it's refreshing sometimes, outside of the either genuine retarded takes I hear from people online like on X and and Twitch and stuff versus the people who I listen to give more deep dive perspectives on stuff. It's a good middle of the road, and I like that. And Moist deserves a lot of the actual, like, you know, praise he gets. I think Moist does a good job of staying neutral in a lot of, like, dramas, despite some of the more recent dramas he's been in. Overall, he stays in the middle of the road, and I can respect that. But yeah, I could totally see him winning this award too.
Sakura Miko.
I don't know anything about this VTuber. I've never even heard of her, but I do love her design. I absolutely adore the Sakura blossoms on her dress. I love the little one in the middle of her little yellow ribbon. She's so adorable. I love her. I want to check out her videos after this now. Oh, he's pulling out his cock. Oh, she's pulling out her cock. Watch out. I go for the Moist for my news and what's happening. No, yeah. If someone told me I check out Moist to hear like some of the more recent things that have happened in the award, I could totally buy that. Because he's gonna give you not only his perspective on it, but he won't basically. What's the best example I give? He won't kowtow to one perspective over another. He'll just give his genuine take on something. And he'll tell you, honestly, you know, I don't know much about this scenario. I don't know everything that's going on. But from what I've seen, this is my opinion on it. So and so and so. If more information comes out, I'll talk about it more later. You know, and I can respect that. I can always respect that. He's always willing to engage and at least adhere to the idea of like, hey, I may not know all the info now, but given time, I will look more into it. And he does. He'll sometimes make a second video on a subject going like great example, the Pirate Cynical video. Not Pirate Cynical. What the fuck's his name? Pirate Software, right? So Moist initially jumped into that like kind of drama, knowing a good chunk of it, but not enough. He still was trying to give Pirate Software at least somewhat of the benefit of the doubt because of who Pirate Software was at the time. But as time progressed and Pirate Software kept opening his fucking mouth, Moist, of course, started looking into it more, and he's like, actually, you know what? This guy Pirate Software is kind of a dickhead. He's kind of a big floppy dodo. I think he's kind of a stupid guy. All the other dude was trying to do was have a conversation with you just being a dickhead. Yeah, it's Moist. I can totally see like people like going to Moist for like kind of like their his perspective on certain things.
And the burnt peanuts.
I don't ever want to see that image in my life again.
Looking forward to what's next, and don't worry, we'll have lots of games to announce for you on December 11th. But what's the most anticipated upcoming game?
Ooh.
Here are the nominees based on currently announced titles.
Okay.
007 First Light.
There's a 007 game coming out. That's gonna win. Unless like one of the games on this list is like the most surprising thing ever. Like they go like Half-Life 3 was announced or something. This is gonna win.
Grand Theft Auto 6, Marvel's Wolverine, Resident Evil.
Wait, wasn't Marvel's? I thought Marvel's Wolverine got canceled. Or did the studio just give over to the IP? Because wasn't the studio that was in charge of the Wonder Woman game? Oh no, that's Insomniac. No, never mind. The guys who behind Spider-Man, Insomniac, were doing right. I'm thinking about a different studio.
Requiem and The Witcher 4.
So I'm actually pretty excited, and I'm hoping the Resident Evil Requiem game is gonna be really good because I'm not gonna lie, I have a love-hate relationship with Resident Evil games. I love the original Resident Evil 1, 2, 3. I just pick up the remake for 4 because I've never played 4. Because 4 wasn't out for the Xbox 360 back in my day. They were gonna make a Batman Beyond game, but they canceled it. It was so... Oh, they were gonna make a Batman Beyond game? I fucking love Batman Beyond. That's one of my favorite 90s TV shows. Well, cartoon shows. One day I gotta actually go over the timeline of like events for those cartoons with you guys. Like I gotta make an actual video talking about the amazing world building these guys for the original Warner Brothers like studios did for the Batman TSA series and the Superman TSA series. This is what they did in crafting a story in this universe. To me, was like one of the best forms of storytelling ever. Because, so Batman TSA was the first one to come out, right? Through its success, Superman, the TSA series, the animated series came out. And that started to become a big success too. So naturally, because it was being produced by the same studio and it just had like different teams working on it, because the Batman series the Superman series, they updated the design of the Batman series. So that's why Batman had kind of a changed look after season 2. Because they had planned to do an actual crossover with Superman and Batman. With glowing reviews. People loved it. It was probably one of the most viewed episodes of both Batman and Superman TSA back in the day. Through its success, Batman Beyond was created and was introduced to the concept of a future Justice League, to which Superman was a part of. This then gave way to having another concept that happened, which was the Justice League series, which introduced other plethora of characters, 2 of which were already pre-introduced in the Superman series, which was the Flash and Green Lantern Corps. From there, because you already had the pre-structured world of Batman and Superman, adding in these new elements wasn't that difficult for this team. This also gave way to the Static Shock series, which of course played a big role in the Justice League Unlimited series that came later. The elements of these guys creating such a strong war, the world was amazing. It drew off more and more concepts from itself. They kept taking concepts from the past and bringing it forward. It's like they literally had to keep rewatching their old shows so they would never contradict their new ones. I was so sad when Justice League Unlimited ended because it ended. That means it ended that timeline of heroes. It was the ending of the TSA series for both Superman and Batman, the Static Shock series, and the Batman Beyond series. Because the last episode for Batman, for Justice League Unlimited, was Batman Beyond's ending. It ended with Batman Beyond as the final conclusion to it. It was amazing. Oh, I'm kind of hoping DC Lanterns is good. I've heard about it. I'm hoping it's good too. I don't have the highest hope for it. I wasn't the biggest fan of Creature Commandos. I'm not a fan of the Superman movie. I didn't even watch. I'm not interested in Peacekeeper. I'm just not. Like, there's nothing DC has done lately, or even in the past, that I've looked at and was like, wow, this is actually pretty good. DC has been mediocre to bad for like the past. God. Outside of The Batman, I don't think there's been a good movie. Flash and Green Lantern may be my favorite, as well as Dr. Fate. Dr. Fate is cool. I wish they would do. Now, hot take. Everybody gotta love Booster Gold. The biggest cheesehead of all of DC. Booster Gold was a janitor from the future who always wanted to be a superhero. But in the War of the Future, that wasn't possible because all these other people existed. So what he did was he took a pre-established space suit, went back to the past, and is a hero then. This guy is a glorified, like, he wanted the fame and fortune, so he took a suit to go back to the past to then become famous there. And what's even better is that he's not even like liked as much by like other people. Like, he's considered not really like an actual punching bag, but like the other heroes don't really care for him because of his arrogance. The guy kind of has a chip on his shoulder, but his suit is really cool. It's got a projection field. It comes with its own AI helper unit. It enhances his strength, give him the ability to fly. He has I believe he has beams he can shoot out of the wrist. I don't remember. It's been a while since I've looked at Booster Gold, but I always remember the conclusion with Booster Gold, which is like the fact that he's this guy who's just like, fuck it, I'm gonna steal this suit and become a hero. From the future, no less. Wait, you don't like Creature? I'm not the biggest fan of Creature Commandos. I think the animation is fine. I understand what they were trying to do with it in terms of its humor. Because I believe Creature Commandos is written by... oh my god, I'm forgetting his name. Oh my god, James Gunn. And James Gunn has had a bad taste in my mouth for a while. Yeah, James Gunn has done some great things. I like his Suicide Squad. I think he does great work for characters. I think he's done amazing work for them. And so in Suicide Squad, right, one of my favorite characters in all the movie was Ratcatcher. I think Ratcatcher was a spectacular character. I really liked the fact that he took a concept of basically Deadshot and made a whole new character when it came to Bloodsport. I did like Peacekeeper in that movie too. Of course, I like King Shark Nanawe. I think he was the cutest little retard ever. But like, I think he does great character work, amazing character work. A great example is Polka Dot Man, right? And I'll go into this a bit more, but Polka Dot Man, from his introduction, is this very pathetic, insecure, weak guy, and that's because of what his mom did to him. He has a huge insecurities, and he has a mother complex, because she was a scientist who wanted to make superheroes, and he used her own kids as guinea pigs, thus giving him his powers of polka dots. So literally, through the entire movie, it's Polka Dot Man trying to kind of like they're trying to kind of like build him up a bit, because like his power is pretty damn good. Like you saw what happened when he fought Star-Lord, what he could do. Sucks that he died, but anyways. So literally, Polka Dot Man throughout the entire movie is slowly beginning to build more confidence. And I think one of the best examples of him showcasing like an actual like sense of like not only worth but of like care is, I forget the character's name, but that random Hispanic guy that kept like being the driver for them. He went into the actual building with them to invade that building, and he died. And Polka Dot Man goes like, "Oh my god, this guy died!" And everyone was like, "Who?" He's like, "This guy, he's been with us from the beginning." And they're like, "Why was he in the building?" He's like, "This guy just gave his life to do a job, and you guys are just like not even caring." And he's like, "I didn't even know he was here." And Polka Dot Man is the only one who generally is showing an ounce of like sadness and like affected by it. And again, it all culminated from the fact that this guy was like even afraid to even speak up in the beginning. I think he's such a great realized character. What I hate the most about it is James Gunn unintentionally wrote him that way. And I say that because in an interview with James Gunn, because he was baffled by why so many people loved Polka Dot Man. And he's like, "What are you talking about? You wrote him in such a good way." He's like, "What do you mean? Polka Dot Man is an arrogant, arrogant person who's like kind of self-entitled with his powers." And everyone's like, "No, the fuck he's not. What are you talking about?" James Gunn literally thought he wrote a guy who was like self-absorbed. And I'm like, James, do you know what you actually did for this character? This year it will be season 1 Peacekeeper, whenever the hell that was. James Gunn was good. I like how James Gunn does amazing character stuff, like you were saying. No, James Gunn does great character work. My biggest problem with James Gunn is, one, he allows his humor to get in the way too many times that he cannot effectively like allow a joke to just happen and then allow us a moment in a story to breathe. He kind of needs to insert something there to be ha ha ha, that wasn't that funny. And he does that a lot. I think he was favorite movies by James Gunn, right? So favorite movies even from Marvel. I love Guardians 1. I think Guardians 2 is phenomenal, but I have some problems with the story. But I think Guardians 2 is great. I didn't see Guardians 3. Sadly, I really wanted to watch it, but I didn't see it. And I thought Suicide Squad had problems with the story, but I thought the character work was great. So when he was being brought on to DC full-time as a writer and as a director, I was like, oh shit, DC might get some phenomenal stuff. His first thing was Creature Commandos, to which I was like, okay, I see what you're trying to do here, James, but like, I'm not really understanding the direction you're going with some of these characters, in the sense of like, for instance, what the fuck was God, what is the sea creature chick, right? The entire concept of why she was put in jail, like why she was put where she was. I really felt like James had to make each one of these characters have such a terrible backstory to have some reason to be put into to be put onto this team and be put where Amanda Waller could take her. And it's like, James, you're making every other character surrounding these people be just like abhorrent pieces of shit. And that's why we should feel bad for them. And it's like, I get what you're trying to do, but structuring it in a way that basically everyone else sucks, that's not good writing. That's just you wanting something and you can't think of another way to do it outside of just making everything else worse. I do have to go, Dad. Oh, no, that's fine, sweetie. If you have to go, go. Thank you so much for watching. But yeah, like I like James Gunn, but I think James Gunn has a lot of problems when it comes to basically stepping aside and getting out of his own way. I'll probably one day go into this if I talk more about like his films. But like for right now,
the best action-adventure game nominees are Death Stranding 2 On the Beach, Ghost of Yote, Hollow Knight Silksong, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, and Split Fiction.
Split Fiction's got to win that one, if not Hollow Knight.
Selected, Avowed.
No. I'm sorry. Avowed sucks. Avowed is an awful game. Like, I've never seen a game that literally fights against the mechanic of an RPG. Like, what I mean by that is literally in Avowed, so I actually was like, I made an even video of Avowed. I was excited for Avowed because it was made by, of course, Obsidian. Obsidian I love. They made New Vegas. I absolutely adore New Vegas. But when I actually played Avowed, it was like horrendous when it came to the dialogue initially from the characters. Like, I guess the best example I give of what I mean by the mechanics for RPG is, so it follows the traditional trope of like, you get materials, you use these materials to help upgrade or repair your items. Okay, understandable. Every RPG kind of has this kind of element to it. The weapons themselves have tiers to their strength. So tier 1 was common, tier 2 uncommon, the typical tropes. Each rarity was a different color and each rarity was a different like meaning. So it was common, uncommon, rare, ultimate, and whatever else, like the final level, right? Tier 5. So that's fine. So the maps are, it's not an open world game. It's semi-open, meaning you have openness in one area of a map that's like pretty expansive, and then you go into another map that's just as wide. So it's got like different maps that are just like big hubs, if you will. So in these hubs, you find materials that are going to be used to upgrade your weapons. Now, the enemies don't scale. Every enemy has a flat level that they are around the actual area you're playing in. So let's say you're going into like the north sector. The enemies here are going to be around level 1. You then move on to the east sector because the quest tells you to go that way. Those enemies are probably going to be like a level 5, level 6, right? And because you're fighting these tougher enemies, you're going to find different types of materials that are going to help benefit you to upgrading your stuff. This game's concept of that is literally you must use these items that you find in the harder difficulty areas to upgrade your weapons. The problem is the weapons don't just tier up to do more damage. They work as well. If your weapon is not tiered up to the next level, to depending on the level of the enemy you're fighting, then your weapon's going to do half damage. Meaning, let's say tier 1 is level 1 through 5, right? So I need a tier 1 weapon to do normal damage to an enemy. Okay, I find enemies from 5 to 10. Well, you need a tier 2 weapon to do full damage to them. If you don't, you're going to do half damage. I'm like, okay, that sucks, but I understand. So give me the materials I need to start leveling these items up. The game's like, no. You don't get these materials until you are leaving this area. I'm like, wait, you mean I have to leave this chapter to find the area I can get the materials to actually bring this up to tier 2 to do the max amount of damage at the ending enemies of this first area? And the game's like, yes. That's retarded. And then in the next area, the enemies are already starting to level up again, so now I have to quickly find a way to rush my weapon from tier 2 to tier 3 so I can do max damage against these enemies. The problem is, this game has a weird concept of its materials, because tier 2 is essentially the uncommon. So to get it to rare, I need to find really rare items that spawn randomly to get my weapons up to tier 3 to even want to do regular damage to these enemies. If I can't find those items, then I'm fucked. And again, it's randomly generated. I know this because literally me and my roommate were playing this game simultaneously. He was playing it and I was playing it. And he was playing a different build, but he needed the same materials as I did. And I was asking him, hey, have you found these materials? Like, I found out they only spawn on this tree so far. I'm like, okay, cool. So they spawn there. He's like, well, the problem is there's a timer with them. They randomly spawn, and I don't know what the timer is. And I'm like, excuse me? He's like, yeah, go check your tree. And I went to go, I found the exact tree he was talking about, and the item wasn't there. It hadn't spawned yet for me. So I was literally stuck using a more weaker weapon forcefully because the game wouldn't give me the materials I needed to upgrade the weapon. That's not good gameplay. You're purposely hindering your player. For what reason? It's so bad. And then the story is just so it's fantasy gobbledygook. 100%. Like, there is nothing interesting about Avowed. There's nothing Avowed does that basically makes you, like, look at the game as like, wow, there's nothing about, I could never give this game best role-playing game ever. I could not. Never. That game does not deserve to be priced at the price it was given. That game doesn't deserve to be even half of that price. If you told me that game was full price was $20, I'd look at you like begrudging, like, yeah, $20 is fine. That's fine. If you told me it was $25, I would be like, yeah, you could spend $25 on it. And then if you told me it was $30, I'd be like, no, wait for it to go on sale. Don't spend $30 on that game. Just don't. The game only looks slightly above Fallout 4 graphics. Only slightly above. And I'm saying this because there's some polish to metal and some polish to, like, the actual water. Outside of that, the characters look super fugly. And for some reason, they really wanted to push this concept of, like, the fungus being, like, this really big design. Because of your character is, like, this godlike being, or at least a vessel for a godlike being. So fungus is supposed to be a representation of this. And it just makes the character look hideous. I made my character, you're kind of forced to have the fungus on you, but you can hide it. So even though you have to put fungus on your character, you can hide it. And my thing is, like, if you understand the fact that, like, people are going to hide the fungus because they think it looks ugly, why not just make it so this way you don't have the fungus to begin with? Like, if you know I'm going to hide it, why give it to me as an option? Just say, like, no, just don't put a fungus in there. It's stupid. I hate Avowed. One of the biggest disappointments of that year.
Obscure Expedition 33, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2,
Need to play
Monster Hunter Wilds, and The Outer Worlds 2.
Ugh, another game I've heard that just dropped off immediately. I need to play Outer Worlds 2. I thought Outer Worlds 1 was fine. I thought it was a fine game. I liked the dialogue. I thought it was funny. I thought the story was okay. The gameplay, it just didn't do anything unique after the... It comes from the minds of the guys who basically took Fallout 3 and made it better with New Vegas. Right? The addition of mods, the addition of like a new candid story of the factions, it was so much more than what we got from Fallout 3. That was like 2 decades ago. The fact that these guys haven't been able to engineer or innovate the same type of gameplay, the same type of like story beats, and the same type of like character interactions that we've had from prior games is astonishing to me. You think they would have learned how to basically evolve their method of actually like gameplay, their method of actually storytelling, but they haven't. It's been the same thing. And I would, again, Fallout New Vegas was a phenomenal game for its story and characters. Outer Worlds is not that, is nowhere near that. It's somehow it's a worse, dumbed down version of what we got from New Vegas. It's quirky, it's funny, but outside of that, there's nothing unique about the Outer Worlds 1. And I gotta hope Outer Worlds 2 is at least a little bit better.
In the category of Best Fighting Game, the nominees are 2XKO,
Never heard of it.
Capcom Fighting Collection 2, Fatal Fury City of the Wolves, Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection, and Virtua Fighter 5 Revo World Stage.
Really? 2 of them are collection games? I guess at the point I'm gonna give it a Street Fighter because, well, I'm a bitch and I'm a big Street Fighter fan.
The nominees for Best Action Game are Battlefield 6, Doom the Dark Ages, Hades 2, Ninja Gaiden 4, and Shinobi Art of Vengeance.
I have not heard anyone talk about the Shinobi game. I know a lot of people were excited when it came out, but no one really talked about if it was good or not. Outside of that, what were the other ones? It was Hades 2, Ninja Gaiden 4, Battlefield 6.
Doom the Dark Ages, Hades 2, Ninja Gaiden 4, and Shinobi Art of Vengeance.
I'm a big fan of the Ninja Gaiden games, but I haven't played 4 yet, and I haven't heard a lot from that. I don't know. I need to play it myself, but I don't know. Battlefield 6 as a concept for best I mean, yes, it is technically an action game, but I never really thought of it in that way. I don't know if it deserves to win best action game. At this point, I would say I'd probably give it to
are Battlefield 6, Doom the Dark Ages.
Doom the Dark Ages. I feel like that would probably be more deserving,
2,
but I
Ninja
heard a lot of
Gaiden
people like
4,
started like they
and
liked that game initially, but then
Shinobi
just
Art
kind of
of
started dropping off.
Vengeance.
Innovation and accessibility celebrates games.
I think that's the sad thing about this year, though. There've been a lot of good games that have come out, but at the same time, there've been a lot of games that will like initially start off with high praise, but then after like the first launch of its game, like after the first launch of it, like within the first few weeks, no one talked about it afterwards. No one discussed it. No, and that's kind of my biggest problem. Outside of like Claire Obscura's Expedition 33, outside of Silk Song, outside of like it was one of the games they just showed here. I forgot already. My brain. Like, the idea of water cooler talk for these games and like a lasting like dialogue of like keep like basically people continually having discussions about these games well after initially beating it and then well after beating it again. Like the actual conversation is still having. I have not seen too many games be like that anymore. Like again, I come from the days of like Halo 3, Modern Warfare 4, Gears of War. Like those are the games I play a lot for Xbox. But then we also had other games like, of course, the God of War series. You had games like of course, like the Final Fantasy games, the Kingdom Hearts games. Like these games, even after people completed them, they're still in like the ecosystem of like gaming being talked about to this day. Like they're still like being looked back on, or even in the moment when they first released, are still being talked about by people. Like where is the actual like games that people like look on to like Shadow of the Colossus, where like the actual like communities were built around the concept of like, oh my god, is there like is there really a 13th Titan or whatever? I don't know. I guess I'm just overlooking, but like too many of these games I feel like just kind of fall off into obscurity after the initial launch of it. Like people like playing it, people enjoy it, and then they just don't talk about it afterwards.
Making our industry available and enjoyable to more people. The nominees for innovation and accessibility are
Assassin's Creed Shadow,
No.
Fall, Doom the Dark Ages, EA Sports FC 26, and South of Midnight.
I guess for accessibility, I don't know. I'll give it to either Dark
Assassin's
Ages
Creed
or
Shadows, Atomfall.
Atomfall,
Doom
'cause
the
they
Dark
did hear
Ages,
good things about
EA
that.
Sports FC 26, and South of Midnight. Next up, Best Family Game. The nominee.
Okay, I'm gonna leave it here on Family Game. I'll be right back. My dog really wants to go out, so I'll be right back, guys. BRB. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. Dougal had to go use your bathroom. Where was I?
Nominees are Donkey Kong Bonanza, Lego.
I wanted to play that so bad. I didn't get a Switch 2. And the reason why is, one, I ain't spending almost $500 for a goddamn Nintendo game. A Nintendo system. I hated what Nintendo has done to just feel like the scummiest fucking assholes possible. I told myself I'd only get that console is if I'm able to get it for like $300. I'm not paying that much for the Switch 2. I'm just not. Sucks, but I'm not gonna pay. I'm not gonna bring myself to pay for their overpriced bullshit. Even if the game's over like ecstatically fun, I'm not doing it. And it's so sad because I really wanted to play it.
Go Party, Lego Voyagers, Mario Kart World, Sonic Racing Cross World,
That should win on default. Fuck it. Sonic Races for the win.
and Split Fiction.
I say Sonic Races for the memes. Because I've seen some of the actual characters they've added. And I've heard the actual racing in that game is really fun. Like, they got it down. Because I remember the last Sonic Racing game they made. Like, some people had a problem with, like, some of the controls and handling for the carts. But I heard this one's, like, really good. And, like, I heard some of the actual DLC characters have been, like, a lot of, like it's been a joy. And I've seen some crazy mods already for that game online.
The best sim strategy game nominees are
Clear
The
Obscure is going to
Ulcers,
win.
Final
Not Clear
Fantasy
Obscure,
Tactics, Evilise Chronicles, Jurassic World
No,
Evolution
what am I
3,
thinking?
Sid
Sid,
Meier's
yep.
Civilization 7,
Sid Meier.
Tempest Rising, and 2 Point Museum.
I'm not a
nominated for
big
Best
I'm not a big RTP real time strategy person or even like a big like strategic person, but I did not hear of almost any of those games outside of Sid Meier's. That's actually surprising. I'm hoping, I don't know, I kind of go to Sid Meier's because it's more recognizable, but I also have heard Sid Meier games have not been like in such the same quality as they had in the past. You know, so maybe give it to someone else. But I don't actually know. I'm not too familiar with that subject. Best sports and racing.
Sports Racing Game, EA Sports FC 26, F1 25, Mario Kart World, Rematch, and Sonic Racing Cross Worlds.
These dishes just
I don't know.
Problem isn't your machine. It's likely your detergent. I recommend.
Again, Mario Kart again. I look at it and I think word of mouth. What have I heard? Well, people had a lot of fun with the game initially, and they couldn't stop talking about how much fun it was. And then outside of that, after the initial purchasing week of the game, basically like the first week of a movie coming out, no one talked about it. No one spoke about it. No one. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I heard so many people just rave about that game for years after the fact. Like, that game held its monetary value still to this day. That's how, like, popular it was. I haven't heard anyone really talk about Mario Kart World. Just haven't. Initially, I did, but then afterwards, I just haven't heard anyone speak about it.
Categories, starting with Best Esports Game. The nominees are Counter-Strike 2, Dota 2, League of Legends, Mobile Legends Bang Bang, and Valorant.
Okay, outside of Mobile Legends Bang Bang, has there ever been any other fucking, like, esports game that's ever been nominated in that category? It's always the same fucking four. Counter-Strike 2, Valorant, League of Legends, Dota 2. It's always the same four. I don't remember what took it last year, but I think it's usually either been Valorant or, at this point in time, Valorant or League. From what I know of Dota, which is very little, it doesn't seem like the game has... It seems like the game has maintained its community strong still to this day, but it doesn't look like new people are coming into the game. Counter-Strike 2 does seem like it's bringing new people in there, but at the same time, Counter-Strike 2 is also lost. Like, it fluctuates. Right now, I've been seeing more people talk about Counter-Strike again, but, like, how long is that going to last? I don't know. League has always been that game where no matter what happens, you will come back. If you've ever put in any time in League of Legends, I mean you've put in the time of putting in money for the skins, you've been a part of the community, you watched the cinematics, you even like played low rank or ARAM, at some point in time, you will return to League. As someone who is somewhat of an old League addict, yes, every once in a while, like every blue moon and every year, I return back to League of Legends and I play. I absolutely hate it. It's a game that just sucks you away of any fun. Like, the gameplay hasn't changed over the course of its runtime. It's the most they've done is just make the game more like fucking hard for like, especially if someone like me who's a top laner. The game just feels like it vehemently hates my role and hates me. But damn, if I'll just go back and play a couple games as Jax, as Aatrox, as Garen for the lows, I'll make some sort of like crazy off meta pick and just to piss the people off because I want to try this new champ or something. I don't know. It's in League of Legends, you will always come back like a fucking addict. You're always there.
The nominees for Best Esports Athlete are Brock, Chovy, Forsaken, Kakarot, Mena RD, and Zywoo.
I know. Sorry about that. I know of 2 of them, but I've been out of the esports like actual community and like news about anything for a while that I can't actually give it a take on that whatsoever.
And for Best Esports Team,
Oh
our
my God.
Special Esports Committee nominated these teams. Gen G League of Legends, NRG Valorant, Team Falcons Dota 2, Team Liquid PH Mobile Legends Bang Bang, and Team Vitality Counter-Strike 2.
Again,
Okay, we're
I've been out
almost
of
done,
been
but
out of the
there are
fucking
still
loop
2
for esports for a while. I can't even give it an actual like take on that.
very important categories.
I'm surprised Cloud9 wasn't mentioned for. I guess Cloud9 have finally like slowly been tossed away. Like people don't see them. I guess that was one of my biggest disappointment when it came to esports as like a team. When I used to watch football as a kid, right? Yeah, if someone lost like their all-star pick and like someone like got traded over to another team or something, yeah, that team might lose, but there's still a chance that team can come back in the end and actually make it to the Super Bowl. There was never a moment I truly believed that even if the Buccaneers do bad, because that's the team I root for because I live there. Even though the Buccaneers did bad, usually I always see like moments where like yes, but the Bucs can come back next year. I never felt that. When it came to League of Legends esports, I never believed that Cloud9, Team Solo Mid, or Team Team I forgot what the other American team was, that they were gonna move past and actually make it to the finals. It was always the same fucking 2 teams that made it to the finals. Type A and fucking I forgot the Chinese team name. It's been such a while, but like yeah, every year it'd always be either T1 or either another a China team or Korean team. And the Americans never even had a chance. It always upset me because I'm like, you guys can at least like come on, like I want to see someone from my team go. Like I used to be a big fan of what the fuck's his name? I'm not gonna stop talking because I don't remember their names. I don't remember the names of the league players I used to watch. The only one I actually somewhat remember was Sneaky, who because he was a cross-dresser.
To go. First, Best Game Direction recognizes outstanding creative vision and innovation in game direction and design. The nominees are
Claire Obscure Expedition 33.
Makes
Death
sense.
Stranding 2 on the
Makes
Beach,
sense.
Ghost of Yote.
Oh my God,
Hades
stop.
2, and Split Fiction.
I was ready to see fucking Hollow Knight in there, but Split Fiction is just as big. So yeah. At this point, it's really hard to say what should win what because it's just the same 5 games over and over again now.
And now it's the big one. GOTY, Game of the Year.
Well, seeing how you keep mentioning these 5 games, let me guess. Expedition 33, Hollow Knight, Split Fiction, Hades 2, and Ghost of Yote.
Recognizing a game that delivers the absolute best experience to players across all creative and technical fields. For this year's awards, our global TGA jury has selected the following 6 games as the nominees for Game of the Year.
Claire Obscure Expedition 33.
Who the fuck didn't see
from
that coming?
Sandfall Interactive. Death Stranding 2.
Ah, I forgot Death
on
Stranding,
the
of course.
Beach from Kojima Productions. Donkey Kong Bonanza.
The
from
fuck?
Nintendo. Hades 2 from Supergiant Games. Hollow Knight Silk Song from Team Cherry. And Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 from Warner
Wow,
Studios.
I was not expecting fucking Donkey Kong Bonanza and fucking Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 to be even added onto that list. That is amazing. But despite that, and I'm sure they're really happy the fact that they were mentioned and even nominated, it's probably gonna go to Expedition 33. I don't think there's a doubt in my mind that this is gonna be an Expedition 33 sweep. I think most of the categories they've been nominated for, they're gonna win. And again, I am not upset by this. The team behind Expedition 33 did a great job. They worked tirelessly on making this game work. Now, I'm not saying that everyone else didn't either, but at the same time, we can see the quality and difference of the games. I've just heard too many things. I think Donkey Kong Bonanza looks fun. I think it looks great. And I think it totally deserves to be nominated for Game of the Year. Same goes for The fuck they just mentioned? Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. I think narratively this game is phenomenal, but I'm pretty sure so is Section 33. I haven't beat it again, but again, it just seems like if I had to choose, right? I don't know anything about this because it's only PlayStation exclusive. Haven't played this. I think I won't be upset that Expedition 33 wins it. But I would be happy if I saw something else take home the gold, like Kingdom Come Deliverance. But I do agree with someone who mentioned this a while ago. Kingdom Come Deliverance is still too niche in the realm of gaming for people for me to justify saying that this should win Game of the Year. It's a good game, but only within the actual community it's in. Outside of that community, not many people actively played this game comparatively to that of Donkey Kong, to that of Expedition 30D, to that of probably of Death Stranding as well. It's great that this was nominated, but I don't think it's in the same realm as the others that were mentioned. I think right now the biggest contenders we have for Game of the Year are going to be Expedition 33, Death Stranding, and probably Donkey Kong, honestly.
Hollow Knight 6.
Oh, Hollow Knight. What, I'm so stupid. I was like, I know I'm missing a game. Hollow Knight. Yeah, I think it's gonna be a 4-way fucking battle between Donkey Kong, Hollow Knight, Death Stranding, and Expedition 33. And even then, me saying that, I think it's more likely that it's gonna be an actual ultimate battle between Hollow Knight and Expedition 33. I can't imagine out of nowhere Hades 2 comes in for the sweep and wins. I can't imagine Kingdom Come Deliverance comes in too for the sweep and wins. I'd be surprised if Donkey Kong won, but I would be okay with that as well. But I can't imagine it's not going to be anything else but Hollow Knight versus Expedition. It's these two games were such big titans of the year. Like the moment Hollow Knight was like even showcased in the Nintendo fucking like little showcase that they did before the Switch came out, made the entire internet lose its proverbial shit for a straight week. Expedition 33, since its conception was talked about, people gained interest. And then when they found out its price, then when they actually played the game, people fell in love. I still hear people talk about Expedition 33 and its quality to this day. Same with Silksong. I still see plenty of art be made for Silksong. I see, at this point, it really is just a battle between Silksong versus Expedition 33. The only thing I see people talk about Death Stranding is literally the Bakura scene. The Bakura, like the fact that she's in the game. Outside of that, I don't see too many people talk about the game. I just don't. So I think it's going to be literally these two games are going to be the ultimate
Cherry
like end all be all.
and
Who's going to take the gold?
Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 from Warhorse Studios. There you have it, your nominees for Game of the Year. And now that those are official, you can anticipate Lauren Balfe and the Game Awards Orchestra playing their themes as part of our musical salute to the nominees live on December 11th. But before that, we need your help to decide which nominees become the winners. Make sure to head to thegameawards.com to cast your ballot, and new this year, download your vote card so you can share your picks on social media. There is still one more category where the nominees have yet to be revealed.
What?
Player's Voice, where fans 100% select the winner from 30 nominees. We'll announce those nominees on Monday, December 1st, so set a reminder on the website if you want to be alerted.
Okay.
The winners in all categories will be revealed live during TGA when it streams globally on Thursday, December 11th, starting with opening hours.
Why on a
at 6 p.m.
Thursday?
Pacific.
That's such an odd day. You guys did this on a Friday last year. Why on a Thursday? That's such a... we're not... It's fine. It's whatever. I'm just upset because I'm probably not going to be able to catch it live. I might do a reaction after, like a rewind and start from there, but I don't know. You know what? As a fun little thing, I think I'm going to go in right now and I'm going to put in my vote for the Game Awards. Let's see. The game. That's not even the. That's your the. Can't spell. Game Awards voting. That's so bright. Okay. Deny all cookies. Even though I love cookies, I don't want to. How do I cast my vote? Can I co-stream the show? Yes, we are welcome to encourage co-streaming. Okay. Wait, sign up here as an official co-streamer? The fuck? They literally have a category as to why the fans don't select the winners. Oh my god. That's crazy. I just wanted to vote! Here you go. Stop voting. Okay. Wait, do I have to sign in? You know, let's sign in. I don't want you guys to see this, so I will I'll be right back. Apparently I'm stupid because I don't remember any of my information. I don't remember any of my sign-in info. I was trying to do it this entire time. I was like, wait, what's my email address that I use? I have a few different email addresses for specific paranoid reasons. Yeah, let's just do it regularly. I don't care. It's fine. Sign in to vote! Alright, I'll do this later. Apparently I'm stupid, so I can't. It's probably best. I'll do that later. Might make a video. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But anyways, this has been fun. Let me know if you guys liked this type of like setup. I definitely need to actually get some background music for next time. I liked this. I really did enjoy having conversations with you guys through, of course, chat. I enjoyed looking at this stuff with you guys. I think this is a lot of fun. And I could totally see myself doing this again. If you guys liked this type of like stream from me, instead of just my usual gameplay stuff, I fully welcome it. And I'd be so inclined to do more stuff like this again in the future. Thank you guys so much for watching. I actually am going to end stream here because it's 8:09 now. I'm getting hot in my room because I have the fan off because it gets kind of hot in my room. And my dog keeps going in and out of the room because she didn't actually poop outside. She just heard a noise and she got scared, so I'm going to go walk her. And I don't want to force you guys to be on BRB screen. And even though I do have 2 other topics I wanted to talk about, this took so much longer than I thought it would because of just having so much fun talking with you guys that I want to save this for another time. I don't want to like rush these 2 next segments because I feel like I have to. So if you guys want, we can go over these 2 segments that we were going to for today, tomorrow, or tomorrow I can either start. I was thinking about either starting back my Dark Souls stream or starting my Silent Hill F stream. I'll put up a post on this tomorrow in the morning explaining what my decision will be. But ultimately, I'll also ask you guys what is the next you guys want me to react to, and I'll make a little poll for it. But other than that, I thank you guys so much for checking me out. I've enjoyed this so much for you guys. I've enjoyed so much of this with you guys. Fucking can't speak now. And that's kind of the problem why I'm also kind of messed up. I'm already feeling my fucking throat and like my voice losing itself because how much I've been talking. And my saliva is like not even coming through as much now. So anyways, I'm gonna end it here, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for engaging. It's amazing. And this means the world to me. It really does. So appreciate you guys. Love y'all. Have a good one. And as always, have a good morning, a great evening, a beautiful evening, and a wonderful night. Stay safe, everyone. Bye.